Before the blackout, before the scramble for torches and bottled water, survival truly begins in the mind. In any crisis, especially when the power goes out, your greatest asset isn't always what's in your emergency kit. It's your mindset. When the world around you suddenly changes, your brain is flooded with questions. What happens next? How long will this last? Will I be safe? These thoughts can spiral into anxiety and fear, but it's how you manage them that determines your next move. Psychological resilience is the invisible shield that helps you weather any storm. It's about staying calm when panic threatens to take over, and focusing on what you can control. Take a slow, deep breath. Remind yourself, this isn't the first challenge you've faced, and it won't be the last. Stress management is crucial. Try grounding techniques. Focus on your breath, count to 10, or name 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. These simple exercises can help anchor you in the present moment and reduce anxiety. During a power outage, uncertainty and isolation can make even the smallest tasks feel overwhelming. For example, preparing a meal or finding a flashlight in the dark can suddenly seem monumental. To combat this, break your situation into manageable steps. Set small, achievable goals. Check on loved ones, gather your essentials, and conserve your energy. For instance, make a checklist of immediate needs: water, light, warmth, communication. Ticking off each item gives you a sense of progress and control. Staying focused helps you make better decisions. If you're with others, communicate clearly and calmly. Assign roles. Someone can gather candles, another can check on neighbors, and someone else can prepare food. This not only divides the workload but also gives everyone a sense of purpose. Even simple routines, like making a cup of tea with a camping stove or reading by torchlight, can restore a sense of normality. Try to keep up with daily habits as much as possible. If you usually read before bed, do it by flashlight. If you have children, play a board game or tell stories to keep spirits high. These moments of calm help reduce tension for everyone around you. Remember, your attitude is contagious. If you remain steady, others, especially children and vulnerable adults, will draw strength from your example. A positive, proactive mindset transforms fear into action and uncertainty into opportunity. For example, use the downtime to organize supplies, review your emergency plan, or simply connect with those around you. If you're alone, reach out to neighbors or friends if possible. Isolation can amplify stress, but connection, even a quick check-in, can make a big difference. So before you reach for your supplies, check in with yourself. Ask, how am I feeling? What do I need right now? What can I do to help myself and those around me? Mental preparedness is the foundation of survival. The right mindset doesn't just help you cope, it helps you thrive no matter how long the darkness lasts. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to build resilience. The more you practice calm, focused thinking in small crises, the better prepared you'll be for bigger ones. In summary, survival starts with your mindset. Stay calm, stay present, and take things one step at a time. You've handled challenges before, and you can handle this too. With the right mental approach, you'll not only get through the blackout, you'll come out stronger on the other side. Imagine this: you're at home, maybe winding down after a long day when suddenly, everything goes dark. The familiar hum of appliances stops, streetlights outside flicker and die. Your phone's signal vanishes, the power's out. At first, you might think it's just a temporary glitch, but as the minutes tick by, you realize this is different. The silence grows heavier, you check your phone, no service. The TV won't turn on, you're cut off. Now think about what that really means. The refrigerator, once humming quietly in the background, is now just a box slowly warming up. Food that you counted on for the week ahead is suddenly at risk of spoiling. The electric stove, microwave, and even your coffee maker are useless. If you rely on a medical device, like a CPAP machine or insulin cooler, the stakes are even higher. And this time, it's not coming back anytime soon. Hours stretch into days, the fridge grows warm, food starts to spoil, and the air feels heavier with every passing minute. You hear distant sirens, but no updates. The world outside your window feels unfamiliar, quiet, uncertain, and tense. Maybe you're in a high-rise, and the elevators are out. Or you're driving home and the traffic lights are dead, causing confusion and near misses at every intersection. Hospitals switch to backup generators, but not everything can run at once. In the city, subways grind to a halt, leaving commuters stranded. In the countryside, well pumps stop working, and water becomes precious. Blackouts can happen for many reasons: storms, cyber attacks, equipment failure, or even rolling blackouts during heat waves. Sometimes the cause is obvious, like a hurricane or blizzard. Other times, you're left guessing. The uncertainty can be just as challenging as the darkness itself. Consider the 2003 Northeast blackout, which left over 50 million people across the US and Canada without power for up to 4 days. Or the Texas winter storm of 2021, when millions lost electricity and water for days in freezing temperatures. In both cases, people faced not just inconvenience but real danger: hypothermia, dehydration, and even carbon monoxide poisoning from unsafe heating attempts. Suddenly, you're plunged into a world without the comforts you take for granted. No lights, no heat, no running water. You realize just how much you rely on the grid, and how quickly life can change when it's gone. The first challenge is psychological: the uncertainty, the fear of the unknown. Anxiety can spread quickly, especially among children and the elderly. It's easy to feel isolated, even if you're surrounded by family. Imagine a child asking when the lights will come back, or an elderly neighbor worried about missing medication. The darkness isn't just physical, it's emotional too. In these moments, your mindset is your most powerful tool. Staying calm is essential. If you panic, you'll make mistakes, forgetting to fill the bathtub with water, or using up batteries too quickly. Take a deep breath, remind yourself, you can handle this. Think about the psychological toll of isolation. In a blackout, you may not be able to check on loved ones by phone or social media. News updates are scarce, and rumors can spread quickly. In the 2012 Hurricane Sandy blackout, many New Yorkers found themselves cut off from information, relying on battery-powered radios and word of mouth. Some neighborhoods organized nightly check-ins, sharing news and resources face-to-face. The first step: assess your situation. Check on your loved ones and neighbors, especially those who might need extra help. Gather everyone in one room to conserve warmth and resources. If you're in an apartment, check on people living alone. If you're in a house, make sure everyone is accounted for and safe. Communication is key, even if it's just face-to-face. If you have a landline, test it. Sometimes they work when cell towers are down. In some communities, neighbors have set up buddy systems during blackouts, where each person checks on a specific neighbor at regular intervals. This simple step can save lives, especially for those with mobility issues or chronic health conditions. Next, secure your essentials. Locate your emergency kit: flashlights, batteries, candles, and a battery-powered radio. If you don't have one, improvise. Use your phone's flashlight sparingly and gather blankets for warmth. Fill your bathtub or containers with water before pressure drops. Unplug sensitive electronics to protect them from surges when power returns. If you have a generator, use it safely, never indoors, and only for essentials. Make a list of what you're missing, and ration what you have. If you have pets, make sure they have food and water too. In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, many people found themselves without clean water for days. Those who had filled bathtubs and containers ahead of time were able to drink, cook, and even flush toilets. It's a simple step that can make a huge difference. The hours after a blackout are critical. Ration your food and water, use perishables first, and save canned goods for later. If you have a gas stove, use it carefully and ventilate the area. If you have a camping stove, use it outdoors. Keep spirits up by staying busy. Play games, read or talk. Listen for updates on your radio, and mark each day to keep track of time. Remember, your mindset is as important as your supplies. In some cases, you may need to melt snow for water or use a grill to cook outside. Adaptability is your greatest asset. In the 2017 Puerto Rico blackout after Hurricane Maria, many families cooked meals together over open fires, using up fresh food before it spoiled. They shared meals with neighbors, turning a crisis into a moment of community. If you have a car, use it sparingly. It can charge your phone or provide heat, but only run it outside to avoid carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep the gas tank at least half full. Gas stations may not work without power. As the blackout continues, new challenges emerge. Sanitation becomes an issue. Make a plan for waste. If water stops running, use buckets or bags for waste and keep them sealed. Share resources and information with neighbors. If you have walkie-talkies, use them to stay in touch. Seal off unused rooms to conserve heat and insulate windows with blankets. If it's winter, wrap pipes to prevent freezing. Every small action can make a big difference. In rural areas, you might need to collect rainwater or find alternative heat sources. In the city, you may need to organize with neighbors for safety and support. In the 1998 Quebec ice storm, many families used buckets lined with trash bags as makeshift toilets and melted snow for water. Neighbors pooled resources, sharing generators and firewood. If you have a fireplace or wood stove, use it safely. Never burn trash or treated wood. If you rely on medication, keep a list of what you need and check expiration dates. For those with medical devices, know where the nearest emergency shelter is and have a plan to get there if needed. Don't forget about hygiene. Hand sanitizer, wet wipes, and trash bags can help you stay clean when water is scarce. If you have to go outside, dress in layers and stay dry. Hypothermia can set in quickly, even indoors if the temperature drops. In the aftermath of the 2011 Japan earthquake and tsunami, many survivors used wet wipes and alcohol-based hand sanitizer to stay clean when water was unavailable. Simple hygiene steps can prevent illness and keep morale up. Whether you live in the city or the countryside, these rules aren't just tips, they're the foundation for surviving the ultimate test: life without power. The blackout is more than an inconvenience. It's a test of your resourcefulness, your resilience, and your ability to adapt. Are you ready to face the darkness? Let's begin. Remember, preparation is power. The more you know, the better you'll handle whatever comes next. In the chapters ahead, we'll break down the 7 essential survival rules, each one designed to help you not just endure, but thrive when the lights go out. From building your emergency kit to keeping your family safe and your spirits high, you'll learn practical steps, real-world examples, and expert advice, because when the ultimate survival test comes, knowledge and preparation are your greatest allies. Let's expand on these strategies with more detail and practical examples, so you're truly ready for the ultimate survival test. Subpoint 1. Water security. Water is your top priority. The average person can survive 3 days. When the power suddenly goes out, your first instinct might be to scramble for flashlights or check your phone. But before you do anything else, take a deliberate pause. Stand still, breathe, and carefully assess your immediate environment. This moment of calm observation is your foundation for safety and smart decision-making. This crucial first step can truly mean the difference between staying safe and putting yourself or others at unnecessary risk. In the confusion of a blackout, it's easy to overlook hazards or miss important details. Start with a rapid but thorough safety check. Use your senses, look, listen, and even smell for immediate dangers. For example, glance out the window for downed power lines, which can be deadly if touched or approached. Listen for unusual sounds like hissing, which could indicate a gas leak, or crackling that might signal a fire. If you smell gas or smoke, don't hesitate. These are urgent red flags. If you detect gas, smoke, or any sign of fire, evacuate the area immediately. Don't try to investigate or fix the problem yourself. Alert everyone in your household and, if possible, your neighbors. Move to a safe location upwind and uphill from the suspected hazard, and call emergency services as soon as you're able. Next, identify all possible exits from your current location. In a blackout, familiar routes like hallways or staircases may be blocked by fallen objects, debris, or even locked doors. Don't assume your usual path is safe. Use a flashlight or your phone's light to check doors, windows, and alternative escape routes. Make sure you know at least 2 ways out of every room, especially bedrooms and living areas. If you're in a building with multiple floors, avoid elevators. They may be stuck or malfunctioning during a power outage. Instead, locate stairwells and emergency exits. Practice walking these routes with your family or housemates so everyone knows how to get out quickly if needed. If you have children, elderly relatives, or pets, assign someone to help them during an evacuation. Evaluate the structural integrity of your surroundings. Power outages can be caused by storms, earthquakes, or explosions, which may have damaged your home or building. Look for cracks in the walls, sagging ceilings, or doors and windows that no longer close properly. These can be signs of hidden structural damage. For example, after an earthquake, even small cracks can indicate a weakened foundation. If you notice any of these warning signs, move everyone to a safer area, preferably a room with fewer heavy objects and away from exterior walls. Avoid rooms with heavy furniture, unsecured shelves, or large appliances that could topple during aftershocks or further disturbances. If possible, choose an interior room with sturdy walls and minimal windows. As you move through your home, scan for resources. In a blackout, knowing what you have and where it is can save precious time. Take stock of essential supplies in each room. Look for torches or flashlights, extra batteries, blankets, bottled water, non-perishable food, and a first aid kit. If you have a battery-powered radio, keep it handy for emergency updates. Make sure everyone knows where these items are stored. Mentally note the location of these supplies, or better yet, organize them into a central, easily accessible spot. If you have time, create a quick checklist or map for your household. This can be especially helpful if you need to move quickly, or if someone else needs to find supplies in your absence. Don't forget to check for hazards. Extinguish any candles or open flames to prevent accidental fires. Unplug sensitive electronics and appliances to protect them from power surges when electricity is restored. Move flammable materials away from heat sources and make sure smoke detectors are working if they have battery backup. Communication is key. Gather everyone in your household and discuss your observations. Share information about hazards, exits, and available resources. Make sure everyone knows the plan and their role in an emergency. Check on your neighbors, especially those who are elderly, disabled, or living alone. Offer to share information or resources and coordinate plans if necessary. In some cases, you may need to pool resources or help each other evacuate. By methodically and thoroughly assessing your environment, you empower yourself to make informed decisions, protect your loved ones, and adapt as the situation changes. Remember, preparation and awareness are your best tools in any emergency. When the power fails and darkness settles over your neighborhood, your priorities shift instantly. Suddenly, the most basic needs, like water, become urgent and non-negotiable. In a blackout, you can't rely on the tap for safe, clean water, and stores may be closed or quickly stripped of bottled supplies. So, how do you ensure you and your family have enough water to survive? Let's break down, step by step, how to secure a safe water supply in any survival situation. With advanced tips, troubleshooting, and real-life lessons from disaster survivors. Water is not just a convenience, it's the foundation of survival. Without it, your body and mind will quickly deteriorate, and your options will shrink with every passing hour. Let's dive deep into the strategies, science, and stories that can help you stay hydrated and healthy, no matter how long the power stays out. Step 1. Act immediately. As soon as you realize the power is out, gather all available water in your home. Fill every clean container you have, bottles, pitchers, pots, even bathtubs and sinks, before water pressure drops or contamination occurs. Don't forget to check for bottled water in your pantry, fridge, or emergency kits. For long-term storage, use food-grade containers, thoroughly cleaned and sanitized with a solution of 1 teaspoon of unscented bleach per quart of water, then rinsed well. In the 2003 Northeast blackout, families who filled their bathtubs and sinks early had enough water for days, while others struggled when the taps ran dry. If you have time, fill up buckets and even your washing machine drum. Every drop counts. Remember, water utilities may lose pressure within minutes to hours after a major outage, especially in high-rise buildings or rural areas with electric pumps. In some cases, water can become contaminated almost immediately if the system is compromised, so speed is critical. Water is your top priority. The human body can survive weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Dehydration can set in quickly, especially in hot climates during summer blackouts, or if you're physically active. Children, the elderly, and those with medical conditions are especially vulnerable. Watch for early signs of dehydration, dry mouth, headache, dizziness, and dark urine. If you notice these, act fast to conserve and hydrate. Severe dehydration can lead to confusion, rapid heartbeat, and even organ failure. In the 1995 Chicago heat wave, hundreds died not just from heat, but from lack of water and inability to cool down. Always prioritize water for drinking over any other use. Step 2. Test your taps. If water is still running, fill containers right away. If not, don't panic. There are still options. If you notice cloudy or discolored water, let it run for a few moments to see if it clears. If it doesn't, treat all water as potentially contaminated and purify before use. In some cases, municipal water systems may lose pressure, allowing contaminants to enter the pipes. Always err on the side of caution. If you have a well and a manual pump, use it to access groundwater, but always purify before drinking. In rural communities, hand pumps and old-fashioned pitcher pumps have saved lives during extended outages. If you live in an apartment, check with building management about emergency water shutoff procedures and alternative sources. Step 3. Locate hidden water sources in your home. Your hot water heater can hold 30 to 60 gallons of clean water. Turn off the electricity or gas to the heater, let it cool, then open the drain valve at the bottom. If the valve is stuck, gently tap it with a tool or use pliers, but avoid damaging it. Water in toilet tanks, not bowls. Pipes and ice cubes in the freezer can also be used if necessary. For long-term emergencies, consider draining water from your home's pipes by opening the highest faucet and collecting water from the lowest one. After Hurricane Katrina, many survivors relied on water heaters and toilet tanks as emergency sources. If you have a waterbed, do not use the water for drinking, it contains chemicals. In some homes, radiant heating systems or expansion tanks may also hold water, but always check for chemical additives before considering these as sources. Step 4. Calculate your needs. The rule: 1 gallon per person per day for drinking and hygiene. This covers basic needs, but more may be needed in hot weather for children, or for those who are ill. Don't forget to include pets in your calculations. For long-term storage, rotate your water every 6 months and keep it in a cool, dark place to prevent algae or bacterial growth. Some preppers use color-coded containers to track rotation dates and usage. Make a chart or checklist to track your daily consumption and remaining supply. For example, a family of 4 with a dog and a cat should plan for at least 35 gallons per week, more if anyone is pregnant, breastfeeding, or has special medical needs. In the aftermath of the 2017 Mexico City earthquake, families who kept detailed water logs were able to stretch their supplies and avoid panic. Step 5. Ration immediately if supplies are low. For a family of 4, that's 28 gallons a week. Use a marker to label containers with dates and amounts to track usage and avoid waste. Plan ahead and make every drop count, especially if you're unsure when help will arrive. If you notice leaks or suspect contamination, isolate those containers and purify the water again before use. In the 2011 Japan earthquake, families who rationed from the start were able to stretch their supplies until relief arrived. Assign 1 person to monitor water use and enforce rationing. Consider using a water captain system, where 1 adult is responsible for tracking and distributing water to prevent confusion and accidental overuse. In some survival situations, families have used colored rubber bands or stickers to indicate which containers are for drinking, cooking, or hygiene. Step 6. Conserve water. Avoid strenuous activity to reduce sweating and water loss. Rest as much as possible, and never drink questionable sources unless you must. Sweating increases your need for water, so stay cool and calm. If you must use questionable water, always purify it first. In survival situations, people have survived on as little as half a gallon per day by strictly conserving and prioritizing drinking over hygiene. Use hand sanitizer for hygiene when possible, and reuse water for multiple tasks, such as washing hands, then flushing toilets. In the 2018 Kerala floods, families who stayed indoors and minimized movement conserved water far better than those who tried to maintain normal routines. If you have children, explain the importance of conservation in simple terms and make it a game to see who can use the least water. Step 7. Find alternative sources. Collect rainwater in clean containers or melt clean snow or ice. These are some of the safest natural sources, but always make sure your containers are clean before use. Avoid water from rivers, lakes, or ponds unless you can purify it. If you must use these sources, filter out debris with a cloth before purification. In rural Alaska, families routinely melt snow for water during winter outages, but always boil or treat it first. If you have a rain barrel, ensure it's food grade and covered to prevent contamination. In Australia's outback, people have survived by collecting dew from car roofs or tarps in the early morning. Simply wipe with a clean cloth and wring it into a container. If you live near a swimming pool, remember that pool water is not safe to drink without purification due to chemicals and possible contamination. Step 8. Purify any water that isn't from a sealed commercial source. Boil water for at least 1 full minute, 3 minutes at higher altitudes. If boiling isn't possible, use water purification tablets or household unscented bleach. Add 1/8 teaspoon of bleach per gallon, stir, and let it stand for 30 minutes. If it smells slightly of chlorine, it's safe to use. For cloudy water, filter through a clean cloth or coffee filter before purifying. If you have iodine tablets, follow the instructions carefully, but avoid using iodine for pregnant women or those with thyroid conditions. In the aftermath of Hurricane Maria, many Puerto Rican families relied on boiling and bleach to make river water safe. Always keep a supply of purification tablets and unscented bleach in your emergency kit. If you have a solar still or UV purifier, these can also be effective, but require sunlight or batteries. Remember, boiling kills most pathogens but does not remove chemicals or heavy metals. Use activated charcoal filters if chemical contamination is suspected. Step 9. Use portable water filters if you have them. These are a smart investment, lightweight, easy to use, and effective at removing bacteria and protozoa. Some advanced filters can even remove viruses. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions for best results, and clean or replace filter elements as recommended. Backpackers and hikers often rely on filters like the Sawyer Mini or Life Straw, which can process hundreds of gallons and are small enough to keep in an emergency kit. consider keeping a gravity-fed filter for larger groups or families. In the 2015 Nepal earthquake, aid organizations distributed portable filters to remote villages, dramatically reducing waterborne illness. If you have a filter with replaceable cartridges, keep spares on hand and store them in a dry, sealed bag. Common mistake: never drink from radiators, toilet bowls, or waterbeds. They can be toxic. Water from these sources may contain chemicals or bacteria that can make you sick. If you're unsure about a water source, err on the side of caution and avoid it. In one real-life case, a family became ill after drinking from a waterbed during a prolonged outage. Always avoid these sources. If you're desperate, always purify and filter water, but know that some sources are simply unsafe. In older homes, lead pipes or solder can leach into standing water, especially after a long outage. If you suspect this, avoid using water from pipes for drinking unless you can test and treat it. Expert tip: always use unscented regular household bleach for purification, never scented or color-safe varieties. Measure carefully, and if in doubt, err on the side of caution and purify again. For long-term storage, add 2 drops of unscented bleach per quart of water, seal tightly, and store in a cool, dark place. FEMA recommends this method for emergency water storage, and it's been proven effective in disaster zones worldwide. Keep a measuring spoon or dropper with your emergency supplies for accuracy. If you're storing water for months, check for expiration dates on bleach and replace it regularly, as its effectiveness can diminish over time. Prioritize drinking water. Use leftovers for washing hands and dishes. Good hygiene is still important, but never at the expense of your drinking supply. Use a small cup to control portions and avoid waste. For dishwashing, use the 2-basin method. Wash in soapy water, then rinse in a basin with a small amount of bleach added. After the 2010 Haiti earthquake, aid workers used this method to stretch limited water supplies while preventing disease. In a prolonged blackout, your main water supply can quickly run dry, making it essential to look beyond the tap. Most municipal water systems rely on electric pumps, so when the power goes out, water pressure can drop or stop altogether. That's why it's crucial to have a plan for sourcing and purifying water before an emergency strikes. Alternative water sources can be literal lifesavers, but only if you know how to find and purify them safely. Start by taking inventory of all the water you already have: bottled water, water stored in bathtubs or containers, and even the water in your hot water heater or toilet tank, as long as it's not chemically treated. But once those run out, you'll need to get creative. Rainwater harvesting is one of the most accessible and renewable sources. Even a brief rainfall can provide liters of fresh water if you're prepared. In some regions, collecting rainwater is legal and encouraged, but always check local regulations first. Set out clean containers, buckets, or even plastic sheeting to collect rain as it falls. You can use tarps or even large trash bags stretched out to funnel water into a container. The cleaner your collection surface, the less work you'll have to do later. If you have a rain barrel, make sure it's food grade and covered to prevent contamination from debris or insects. Avoid barrels that have stored chemicals or non-food substances. Regularly clean your barrel and keep it sealed when not in use. Always filter and treat rainwater before drinking, as it can pick up pollutants from roofs and gutters. Use a fine mesh or cloth to remove leaves and dirt, then purify the water using one of the methods we'll discuss shortly. Next, look for other natural sources such as melted snow, ice, or dew. In winter, snow can be a valuable resource, but remember that it's mostly air, so you'll need a lot to get a small amount of water. In cold climates, snow can be melted in a pot over a safe heat source. If you're using a camp stove or fireplace, add a little water to the pot first to prevent scorching and speed up the melting process. Never use colored or dirty snow, and avoid snow that's been treated with chemicals, such as road salt. Collect dew with a clean cloth in the early morning and wring it into a container. Dew forms on grass, leaves, and even car surfaces. This method is slow, but in dry conditions, every drop counts. Remember, never eat snow directly. It lowers your body temperature and can lead to hypothermia, especially in survival situations. Always melt and purify it first. If you don't have a heat source, try placing snow in a dark container in direct sunlight to speed up melting. If you must use water from rivers, lakes, or ponds, take care. These sources are often contaminated with bacteria, parasites, or chemicals from runoff, especially after storms. Avoid water that looks cloudy, has an oily sheen, or smells bad. If possible, collect water from the clearest, fastest moving part of a stream or river, and avoid stagnant ponds. Start by filtering the water through a clean cloth or coffee filter to remove debris. This won't remove germs, but it helps prevent clogging your purification devices and makes chemical treatments more effective. Then, purify the water using one of several methods. It's best to have multiple options on hand, as some methods are better for certain contaminants than others. Boiling. Bring water to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute, 3 minutes at higher altitudes. Boiling is the most reliable way to kill bacteria, viruses, and parasites. If you're unsure about the water's safety, boil it longer. Boiling kills most pathogens but won't remove chemicals or heavy metals. If you suspect chemical contamination, look for another source. Chemical treatments. Use water purification tablets, or add unscented household bleach, just 1/8 teaspoon per gallon. Mix thoroughly and let it stand for at least 30 minutes. Iodine tablets are another option but not recommended for pregnant women or people with thyroid conditions. Stir well and let it stand for 30 minutes. If the water is cloudy, double the dose of bleach or tablets and filter again if possible. If it smells faintly of chlorine, it's safe to use. If not, repeat the process or try another method. Filtration. Portable water filters, such as LifeStraw or Sawyer Mini, remove bacteria and protozoa, and some advanced models even tackle viruses. These are lightweight, easy to use, and can process hundreds of gallons before needing replacement. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions and keep spare cartridges on hand. Clean your filter after each use and never let it freeze, as ice can damage the filter membrane. Solar disinfection. If sunlight is strong, fill clear plastic bottles with water and leave them in direct sunlight for at least 6 hours. This method, known as SHTF, uses UV rays to destroy many pathogens. The UV rays help destroy many pathogens, a method used in remote villages worldwide. For best results, use bottles no larger than 2 liters and shake them before placing in the sun to oxygenate the water. Avoid water from radiators, toilet bowls or waterbeds, as these may contain chemicals or contaminants that can make you ill. Water from swimming pools is also not safe to drink due to high chlorine levels and other chemicals. When in doubt, always err on the side of caution. Filter, purify, and double-check your sources. If you have a water testing kit, use it to check for contaminants, especially if you're unsure about the source. By mastering alternative water sources and purification methods, you'll be prepared to keep your family hydrated, even when traditional supplies run out. Practice these techniques before an emergency so you're confident when it counts. The key is to act early, stay vigilant, and never take risks with your water safety. Store extra water whenever possible, rotate your supplies, and teach your family how to find and purify water safely. In a crisis, knowledge and preparation are your best defense against dehydration. Once you've secured your water supply, your next critical priority is food, both preserving what you have and rationing it wisely to make it last. In a power outage, food security becomes a daily challenge, but with the right strategies, you can stretch your supplies and keep everyone healthy. Here's how to take control, step by step, with real-world examples and expert tips to help you make the most of every bite. Start by taking a thorough inventory of your pantry, fridge, and freezer. Write down every item, noting expiration dates and which foods need to be used first. This step is crucial for planning meals and preventing waste. If you have a smartphone or a notebook, create a simple chart to track what you have and what needs to be eaten soonest. In the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, families who kept detailed lists were able to prioritize perishable foods and avoid losing valuable supplies to spoilage. Use a vacuum sealer to remove air from bags of grains, beans, or even leftovers. This slows spoilage and prevents pests. In the 2021 Texas freeze, families who vacuum sealed their dry goods before the storm lost far less to spoilage and rodents. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, use airtight containers or heavy-duty zip bags and squeeze out as much air as possible. For extra protection, add oxygen absorbers to containers of rice, flour, or dried beans. Store these foods in a cool, dark place, such as a basement or closet, since heat and light speed up spoilage. Label everything with the date it was packed so you can rotate your stock and use the oldest items first. Track every item you use and what's left. This prevents accidental overuse and helps you plan ahead. In Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, families who kept detailed food logs were able to stretch their supplies for weeks, while others ran out early. Use a whiteboard, notebook, or even sticky notes to keep a running tally. Mark off each meal as you prepare it, and adjust your plan if you notice supplies running low. If you have children, involve them in tracking. This can help them understand the importance of rationing and make them feel included in the process. Discuss rationing rules with everyone, explain why it's important and get buy-in from all ages. In one real-life example, a family made rationing a team effort which helped reduce arguments and anxiety. Hold a family meeting and set clear guidelines. For example, 1 snack per person per day, or no seconds until everyone has eaten. Assign someone to be the ration captain each day, rotating the responsibility. This not only keeps everyone accountable but also helps children feel empowered rather than deprived. If you have very young kids, use visual aids like jars or bags to show how much food is left, making the concept of rationing more concrete. If you have a gas stove that can be lit manually, use it with caution and ensure proper ventilation. Never use a gas oven for heating, and always check for gas leaks before lighting. If you don't have a working stove, consider alternative cooking methods. A charcoal grill, camp stove, or even a solar oven can be lifesavers. In California's rolling blackouts, many families cook meals outside on portable stoves or grills. Always cook outdoors if using fuel-burning devices to avoid carbon monoxide buildup. If you have a fireplace, you can use it to heat water or cook simple meals, but keep a window cracked for airflow. Use canned meats, nut butters, or cheese with bread or crackers. These foods require no cooking and provide protein and energy. Get creative with combinations. Mix canned beans with rice, or make sandwiches with whatever spreads you have. Add spices or condiments to boost flavor and morale. If you have leftovers, turn them into soups or stews by adding water and stretching them over several meals. In the 2018 Quebec ice storm, families survived for days on cold meals and creative combinations of shelf-stable foods. Pick ripe vegetables and fruits daily. Use or preserve them right away. In Cuba, families rely on daily harvests from backyard gardens to supplement rations during outages. If you have a garden, check it every morning and pick anything that's ready. Produce can spoil quickly without refrigeration. If you don't have a garden, consider sprouting beans or lentils in a jar on your windowsill. Sprouts are nutritious and grow fast. Learn to identify safe wild edibles in your area, but only forage if you're absolutely certain of what you're picking. Preserve excess produce by drying, pickling, or fermenting, methods that don't require electricity. Save a few treats like chocolate, cookies, or favorite snacks for tough days. They can lift spirits and provide comfort. In Japan, families keep emergency sweets for children during typhoon season. Set aside a small stash of comfort foods and ration them carefully. Use treats as rewards for cooperation or to mark the end of a difficult day. Be sure to check all food for signs of spoilage before eating, especially if it's been stored for a long time or exposed to heat. Wash hands and utensils as often as possible. Use hand sanitizer or disinfectant wipes if water is limited. In Haiti after the 2010 earthquake, families used a bucket system for washing dishes and hands, rotating water and using sanitizer to stretch supplies. If you're short on water, designate one bucket for washing and another for rinsing, and reuse water for multiple tasks when safe. Cleanliness is crucial to prevent illness, especially when medical help may be hard to reach. Set aside food and water for pets. Divide pet food into daily portions and monitor their intake. In Australia's 2019 bushfires, pet owners who rationed supplies were able to keep their animals healthy throughout the crisis. If you run low, consider supplementing with safe table scraps. Plain rice, cooked eggs, or unseasoned meats can help stretch pet food. Store pet food in airtight containers to keep out pests, and check expiration dates regularly. Even a small loss of food can set you back. Handle rations with care and avoid unnecessary waste. In Venezuela, families learned to treat every grain of rice as precious during rolling blackouts. Store open packages in sealed containers, and keep food off the floor to avoid spills and pests. Encourage everyone to finish what's on their plate and use leftovers creatively to avoid throwing anything away. If you're running low, consider working with neighbors to share resources and support each other. In rural communities, food sharing is a lifeline during extended outages. Organize a neighborhood food inventory. Each household lists what they have and what they need. You might find that one family has extra rice while another has more canned vegetables, making it possible to trade and balance meals for everyone. In the aftermath of the 2022 Kentucky floods, neighbors formed small food co-ops, pooling supplies and taking turns cooking communal meals, which not only stretched resources but also boosted morale. If you have elderly or vulnerable neighbors, check in on them and offer to share what you can. Sometimes pooling resources allows for more variety and better nutrition than going it alone. Set up a group chat or a daily check-in to coordinate needs and avoid duplication. Remember, sharing isn't just about food, it's about recipes, cooking tools, and even knowledge. Someone might know how to preserve food without power, or have a solar oven to lend. By working together, you can create a stronger, more resilient community that's better equipped to weather the crisis. When your food supplies begin to dwindle during a prolonged power outage, nature can offer a surprising bounty if you know where to look and how to look safely. Foraging for wild food is a skill that can make a real difference in your survival, but it requires careful preparation, knowledge, and respect for the environment. Foraging for wild plants and edible greens can supplement your rations and provide vital nutrients, especially when fresh produce is unavailable. However, the key is caution and knowledge. Many edible plants grow right in our neighborhoods, parks, and even back gardens, but so do dangerous lookalikes. Start by familiarizing yourself with a few common, easily recognizable wild edibles in your local area. Invest in a good field guide with clear photos and descriptions, or download a reputable foraging app that works offline. Take time before any crisis to learn about the plants that grow near you. Walk your local area, observe the seasons, and note where edible species appear. Dandelion leaves, nettles, and wild garlic are excellent starting points. These plants are widespread across much of the UK and can be safely gathered with proper identification. Dandelions, for example, are entirely edible, from root to flower, and packed with vitamins A, C, and K. Nettles, once cooked, are rich in iron and make a nutritious soup or tea. Wild garlic adds flavor and nutrients to any meal, but always check for its distinctive garlicky smell to avoid confusion. Blackberries are another safe bet, growing in hedgerows and parks. Their fruit is easy to identify, and the leaves can also be used for tea. Other common edibles include chickweed, sorrel, and elderflowers, but always double-check before picking. Always use a reliable field guide or a reputable foraging app. Never rely solely on memory or guesswork. Take photos, make notes, and if possible, learn from experienced foragers in your community. Many local groups offer walks and workshops, which can be invaluable for building confidence. Safety comes first. Never eat any plant unless you are absolutely certain of its identity. Even experienced foragers can make mistakes, so take your time and double-check every detail. Some wild plants look deceptively similar to poisonous varieties. For example, cow parsley and hemlock share similar leaves, but hemlock is deadly. Wild garlic can be confused with the deadly lily of the valley, which lacks the garlic smell and can cause serious poisoning. Similarly, hemlock resembles harmless cow parsley, but even a small amount of hemlock can be fatal. Learn the key differences, such as the purple blotches on hemlock stems, and never take risks. If in doubt, leave it out. It's better to go hungry for a meal than to risk poisoning yourself or your family. If you're ever unsure, follow the universal edibility test with extreme caution. This involves separating the plant into its parts, leaves, stems, roots, and flowers, and testing each part individually for adverse reactions. Start by separating the leaves, stems, and roots and test each part individually. Rub a small piece on your skin, then lips, then tongue, waiting for any reaction at each stage. If there's no reaction, chew a tiny amount and wait several hours. But remember, this method is not foolproof. Some toxins act slowly or build up over time, so prioritize known edibles whenever possible. Never use the universal edibility test as your first line of defense. It's a last resort, not a guarantee of safety. Avoid foraging near busy roads, industrial sites, or areas where pesticides or herbicides may have been used. Plants can absorb pollutants from the soil and air, making them unsafe to eat even if they're technically edible. Look for warning signs, such as discolored leaves or chemical smells, and always err on the side of caution. Wash all wild food thoroughly in clean water, and cook leaves like nettles to neutralize stings and improve digestibility. Boiling or steaming can also destroy some toxins and parasites. For example, nettles lose their sting after just a minute in boiling water, and dandelion greens become less bitter when cooked. A common mistake is over-harvesting. It's tempting to gather as much as you can, but this can damage local plant populations and reduce future harvests. Only take what you need for a meal or two and leave plenty behind to ensure plants can regenerate. This not only protects the environment, but also ensures that other foragers, human and animal, can benefit. Teach children and others in your household about sustainable foraging. Discuss why it's important to leave roots in the ground, avoid rare species, and never strip an area bare. Real-world example. During the Second World War, British families foraged for wild greens to supplement their rations. They learned to identify safe plants, shared knowledge with neighbors, and respected the land to ensure everyone could benefit. Nettle soup and dandelion salads became staples, providing vitamins that were otherwise scarce. These traditions are still remembered today, and can inspire us to reconnect with our local landscapes. Try simple recipes like nettle soup, just simmer young nettle tops with potatoes and onions, or dandelion salad with a splash of vinegar. Experiment with wild garlic pesto, or add chickweed to sandwiches for a fresh green flavor. Involve the whole family in preparing and tasting wild foods. This builds confidence, teaches valuable skills, and can even be fun. Remember, foraging is a skill that improves with time and experience. Start with a few safe, easily identified plants and gradually expand your knowledge. Keep a notebook of what you find, where you find it, and how you prepare it. Stick to familiar plants at first, and always cross-reference with your guidebook or app. Build your knowledge gradually, and consider pressing samples or taking photos to help with future identification. When done responsibly, wild food can be a lifeline in a crisis, providing not just nutrition but also a sense of purpose and connection. Foraging connects you to the landscape, deepens your resilience, and gives you the confidence to face uncertainty with resourcefulness and hope. In every leaf and berry, there's a lesson in patience, observation, and respect for the natural world. Never underestimate the power of attitude and togetherness. A positive attitude and togetherness are sometimes the warmest things you have. Support each other, share stories, play games, and find ways to keep spirits high, even when the situation feels overwhelming. When the lights go out and the temperature drops, it's easy to feel isolated or anxious, but maintaining a sense of community and optimism can be just as vital as any physical preparation. Studies have shown that people who stay positive and connected during emergencies are more likely to make good decisions, adapt to changing circumstances, and recover faster from the stress of a crisis. Practical tip: make it a point to check in with everyone in your household regularly. Ask how they're feeling, both physically and emotionally. If you have children, encourage them to talk about their fears or frustrations, and reassure them that you're working together to stay safe. For families, create a routine. Set times for meals, games, and quiet moments. This structure can provide comfort and a sense of normalcy, even when everything else feels uncertain. Example: during the 2021 Texas winter storm, many families reported that storytelling by candlelight, singing songs, or simply reminiscing about happier times helped distract from the cold and uncertainty. One family started a nightly tradition of sharing one thing they were grateful for, which helped everyone focus on the positives no matter how small. If you're sheltering with neighbors or in a community center, look for ways to help others. Sharing resources, like extra blankets, food, or even just a warm drink, can build bonds and boost morale. Organize group activities, such as board games, card tournaments, or collaborative cooking. If someone is feeling down, a simple gesture like making them a cup of tea or offering a listening ear can make a world of difference. For those alone during an outage, staying connected is still possible. Use your phone, if you have power, to check in with friends or family. Write letters or keep a journal to process your thoughts. Listen to the radio for updates and a sense of connection to the outside world. Even pets can provide comfort and companionship. Spend time playing with them or simply cuddling for warmth. Practical tip: create a comfort kit as part of your emergency supplies. Include favorite snacks, a deck of cards, a book of jokes, or a small musical instrument. These little luxuries can lift spirits and provide distraction during long, cold nights. If you have children, pack a few toys, coloring books, or puzzles to keep them engaged. Example: in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, neighbors in New York City apartment buildings organized potluck dinners in the hallways, pooling whatever food they had left. These gatherings not only provided nourishment but also a sense of solidarity and hope. People shared stories, offered advice, and even celebrated birthdays by candlelight, turning a difficult situation into a memorable community experience. Remember, laughter is a powerful tool. Watch a funny movie on a charged device, tell jokes, or play charades. Laughter releases endorphins, reduces stress, and can even make you feel warmer. Advanced tip: assign roles within your group. Someone to keep the fire going, someone to check on supplies, someone to lead games or activities. This not only ensures that tasks are shared but also gives everyone a sense of purpose and involvement. Rotate roles to keep things fair and engaging. Real-world story: during the 2018 Northeast Blackout, a group of college students stranded in their dorms organized a blackout talent show by flashlight. Each person performed a song, dance, or comedy routine. The event became the highlight of their ordeal, and many said it helped them forget the cold and uncertainty, if only for a little while. Finally, remember that hope is contagious. If you stay calm and positive, those around you are more likely to do the same. Encourage everyone to look for solutions, celebrate small victories, like successfully insulating a window or making a hot meal, and remind each other that the situation is temporary. In summary, maintaining warmth and shelter is about more than just physical survival. It's about nurturing the emotional resilience and togetherness that help you weather any storm. Whether you're with family, friends, neighbors, or even on your own, never underestimate the warmth that comes from human connection, shared laughter, and a hopeful outlook. When the power goes out and temperatures plummet, even the best prepared households can find themselves running low on warm clothing or needing to shield themselves from the cold with whatever is available. In these situations, knowing how to improvise clothing and insulation can make a critical difference, not just in comfort, but in survival. In this chapter we'll dive deep into practical ways to create effective clothing and insulation using everyday household items and natural materials. These skills are essential when the temperature drops, resources are scarce, and you need to keep yourself and your loved ones warm. Start by layering up with what you already own. Layering is the foundation of staying warm, and it's more effective than relying on a single thick garment. Wear multiple thin layers such as t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, sweaters and hoodies, rather than just one bulky item. Each layer traps a pocket of warm air close to your body, creating insulation. This also allows you to add or remove layers as your activity level or the temperature changes, preventing overheating or sweating, which can actually make you colder. Raid every cupboard and wardrobe for spare jumpers, sweatshirts, and cardigans. Don't overlook items you might not usually wear, such as old sports gear or even costumes. Anything that adds a layer counts. Pajamas and dressing gowns are excellent for extra warmth, especially at night. Layer them over your day clothes for added insulation. Scarves, hats, and even balaclavas or ski masks can be worn indoors. Don't hesitate to use items you'd normally reserve for outdoors. Your goal is to conserve as much body heat as possible. If you run out of proper clothing, get creative. Wrap towels, throws, or blankets around your body, focusing on your core and legs. These larger items can be surprisingly effective at trapping heat. Even spare curtains can be used as makeshift cloaks or wraps. Secure them with belts, string, or even shoelaces to keep them in place and prevent drafts. Safety pins, hair ties, or rubber bands can help you fasten improvised clothing for a snug fit, reducing the amount of warm air that escapes. Don't forget your extremities. Your hands and feet lose heat quickly. Double or even triple up on socks, and if you have thermal or wool socks, use those as your outermost layer. If you don't have gloves, slip your hands into clean socks. This simple trick can make a big difference, especially overnight. Alternatively, wrap your hands with tea towels, dishcloths, or even old t-shirts. Secure them with rubber bands or string if needed. For extra leg warmth, cut the sleeves off old jumpers or sweaters to make DIY leg warmers. Slide them over your calves or forearms for added insulation. For advanced insulation, line your clothing with plastic bags, bubble wrap, or even sheets of newspaper. These materials trap heat and block wind, making them especially useful if you need to go outside or if your home is drafty. Stuff newspaper or bubble wrap between your clothing layers, focusing on your chest, back, and thighs. These areas are key to maintaining your core temperature. Always make sure there's a layer of fabric between your skin and any plastic to prevent sweating, which can lead to chills and discomfort. Cotton t-shirts or long underwear work well as a base layer. If you need to venture outside, waterproof yourself by wearing bin bags or plastic ponchos over your clothes. Cut holes for your head and arms, and use tape or string to secure the bag if needed. These makeshift ponchos can keep rain and snow off your clothing, helping you stay dry and warm. In wet or snowy weather, tie carrier bags or plastic wrap around your shoes to keep your feet dry. If you have duct tape, use it to seal the bags for extra protection. Remember, dry feet are warm feet. Use a woolly hat or wrap a scarf around your head and neck. Up to 30% of your body heat can escape from your head and neck, so covering these areas is crucial. If you're outdoors or your supplies are exhausted, look to nature for insulation materials. Many natural items can be used to supplement your clothing. Dry leaves, grass, and pine needles are excellent insulators. Gather them in abundance, making sure they're dry and free from insects. Stuff these materials between your clothing layers or inside your boots for extra warmth. They create air pockets that trap heat, much like synthetic insulation. If your boots are too big or have holes, stuffing them with dry grass or leaves can help keep your feet warm and fill gaps. In wooded areas, look for bark, moss, or soft evergreen boughs. These can be layered between clothing or used to line shelters for extra insulation. Always check natural materials for insects, thorns, or irritants before using them. Shake them out and inspect closely to avoid bringing pests or allergens close to your skin. Real-world example. During the 2010 UK snowstorms, stranded motorists survived by using floor mats, newspapers, and spare shopping bags to insulate themselves inside their vehicles. They stuffed mats and papers into their clothing and around their bodies, creating makeshift sleeping bags and wind barriers. Shopping bags were wrapped around legs and torsos, while newspapers were layered inside jackets and under hats. These improvised solutions helped them retain body heat until help arrived. Their resourcefulness and willingness to improvise made all the difference in surviving the night. In emergencies, thinking outside the box can save lives. Advanced tip: create a makeshift sleeping bag by layering bin bags on the floor, then adding newspaper and blankets on top. This setup can be used on a bed, couch, or even the floor. The bin bags act as a moisture barrier, preventing dampness from seeping in, while the newspaper traps heat and the blankets provide comfort and extra insulation. This simple hack, often used by rough sleepers and emergency shelters, can raise the temperature inside your bedding by several degrees, making a cold night much more bearable. If you have access to foam mats, yoga mats, or even cardboard, place them underneath your sleeping area to insulate yourself from the cold ground, which can sap body heat rapidly. Improvisation isn't just about survival, it's about adapting, thinking creatively, and using every available resource to your advantage. Involve the whole family in brainstorming solutions. Children can help gather materials or come up with ideas you might not have considered. Remember, almost anything that traps air or blocks wind can be used for insulation. Pillows, stuffed animals, even rolled-up towels can be tucked around you for extra warmth. With a little ingenuity, teamwork, and the right mindset, you can keep warm and safe, even when your resources are stretched thin. The key is to stay proactive, keep experimenting, and never underestimate the value of creative problem-solving in a crisis. When the power goes out, darkness isn't just inconvenient, it can be dangerous. Without reliable lighting, simple tasks become hazardous, and the risk of accidents, injuries, and even fires increases dramatically. Light and heat are essential for comfort and survival, but they must be managed with care. In this comprehensive chapter, we'll break down detailed fire safety protocols, explore a wide range of lighting alternatives, and provide step-by-step instructions for safe fire use. We'll also share real-world survival examples, practical scenarios, and supporting details to help you prepare, respond, and stay safe, no matter how long the blackout lasts. First, let's talk about lighting. In a blackout, having multiple types of lighting is crucial. Stock up on LED flashlights, headlamps, battery-powered lanterns, compact keychain lights, and glow sticks. Each has its own advantages. Flashlights are portable and focused. Headlamps free up your hands. Lanterns provide area lighting, and glow sticks are safe for children and can mark exits. Consider keeping a small flashlight or glow stick in every major room, and especially in bedrooms, bathrooms, and hallways. This ensures that if the power fails at night, you can immediately access light without fumbling in the dark. Store extra batteries in a waterproof, clearly labeled container. Rotate and check batteries every few months to prevent leaks or corrosion. For long-term outages, invest in rechargeable batteries and a solar charger. This not only saves money but ensures you have power even if stores are closed or supplies run out. For added security, keep a manual battery tester in your kit so you can quickly check which batteries are still good. If you have children, teach them how to safely replace batteries and explain why it's important to never mix old and new batteries in the same device, as this can cause leaks or device failure. Assign a designated, easily accessible spot in your home for all emergency lighting supplies. Use a clear plastic bin or a brightly colored bag so it's easy to spot, even in low light. Practice lights out drills with your family. Turn off all lights and see how quickly everyone can find and use the emergency lights. This simple exercise can make a huge difference in a real emergency, especially for children or elderly family members. Consider timing the drill and making it a fun challenge for kids, rewarding them for remembering the location of supplies and using them correctly. Real-world example. In 2012, after Hurricane Sandy hit the East Coast, many families were left without power for days. Those who had a central lighting kit with multiple options were able to move safely through their homes, avoid injuries, and even help neighbors who weren't as prepared. One family reported that their children, who had practiced blackout drills, were able to calmly find their headlamps and help younger siblings get to the bathroom safely in the middle of the night. For extended emergencies, solar-powered lanterns and hand-crank flashlights are invaluable. Solar lanterns can be charged during the day and used at night, while hand-crank flashlights provide light on demand. No batteries required. Bring solar garden lights indoors each evening for safe, flameless lighting. These lights are designed to withstand weather and can provide hours of illumination. If you have a yard or balcony, consider investing in several solar path lights. During a blackout, simply bring them inside at dusk and place them in high-traffic areas like hallways, bathrooms, and kitchens. Battery-powered fairy lights, LED string lights, and glow sticks are excellent for reducing fire risk. Tape glow sticks near stairways or exits to mark escape routes. Strap a headlamp to a clear water jug or bottle to diffuse the beam and illuminate an entire room, a trick used by campers and survivalists worldwide. For children who may be frightened by the dark, stringing up fairy lights in their room can provide comfort and safety without the hazards of open flames. Place solar garden lights outside during the day to charge, then bring them in at night. This method was used by families in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, when power was out for months. Simple, creative solutions like these can make a huge difference in comfort and safety. Another tip: use reflective tape on flashlights and lanterns so they're easy to find in the dark, and keep a small whistle attached to each light so family members can signal for help if separated. Candles should only be used as a last resort. If you must use them, always place candles inside sturdy glass jars or holders, far from anything flammable, curtains, papers, furniture, or bedding. Never leave a candle burning unattended. Assign a candle monitor if candles must be used, and make sure everyone knows who it is. Teach children and guests about the dangers of candles, and post a reminder note near your candle supplies. Use long matches or lighters to light candles safely, and extinguish them with a snuffer or by dipping the wick in water. Keep a glass of water or a fire extinguisher nearby whenever you use open flames. Place candles on non-flammable surfaces, away from drafts, and never move a lit candle. If you have pets, keep candles out of their reach and never place them on low tables or near wagging tails. Real-world scenario: during a blackout in Texas, a family used tea lights in metal cans for safe, portable heat. They kept a fire extinguisher and water glass nearby, and a designated adult monitored the flames at all times. This vigilance prevented a potential disaster when a child accidentally knocked over a candle. The adult was able to react instantly. In another case, a family used battery-powered lanterns for most tasks, reserving candles only for brief periods and always in the kitchen, where fire safety tools were close at hand. Fires should only be started outdoors in a safe, clear area, never indoors unless you have a properly maintained fireplace or wood stove. Before lighting any fire, check that the chimney or vent is clear and unobstructed. Never use grills, camp stoves, or outdoor heaters inside, as they can cause deadly carbon monoxide buildup. If you must use a fireplace, have it inspected annually, and keep a carbon monoxide detector nearby. Indoors, keep flammable materials at least 3 feet away from fireplaces or wood stoves, and always use a fire screen. Add fuel gradually and use fireplace tools to manage embers. Always keep a bucket of water, sand, or a fire extinguisher nearby. If you have young children, use a safety gate to keep them away from open flames or hot surfaces. Real-world example: in rural Alaska, families rely on wood stoves for heat during winter blackouts. They keep firewood stacked safely away from the stove, use screens to prevent sparks, and always have a fire extinguisher within reach. These habits have saved lives and homes during emergencies. One family shared that their regular practice of clearing flammable clutter and checking the stovepipe for blockages prevented a chimney fire during a severe storm. Keep waterproof matches, fire starter sticks, magnesium fire starters, or a ferro rod and cotton balls, or dryer lint in your emergency kit. Demonstrate each method to your family and practice building a small, controlled fire outdoors. Knowing how to start a fire safely is a vital survival skill, especially if you need to cook or stay warm for an extended period. Consider taking a basic fire safety or wilderness survival class as a family, or watch instructional videos together and practice in your backyard. Step by step, gather tinder, cotton balls, dryer lint, kindling, small sticks, and fuel, larger logs. Use your fire starter to ignite the tinder, add kindling gradually, and then larger fuel as the fire grows. Always keep water or sand nearby to extinguish the fire completely when done. Practice this process in different weather conditions, rain, wind, or snow, so you're prepared for any situation. Scenario: on a camping trip, a parent teaches children to use a magnesium fire starter to ignite a cotton ball. The children learn to build a small fire, manage it safely, and put it out completely. This hands-on experience builds confidence and prepares them for emergencies at home. Another family practiced using a ferro rod and dryer lint in their backyard, timing how quickly they could get a fire going and then safely extinguish it. These drills not only teach skills but also reinforce the importance of safety and teamwork. Keep a fire extinguisher, fire blanket, and a bucket of water or sand nearby when using open flames. Make sure everyone knows where these items are and how to use them. Regularly check that smoke detectors and carbon monoxide alarms are working. Replace batteries as needed. Place alarms in every sleeping area and on every floor. For added safety, install interconnected alarms so that if one goes off, they all sound, alerting everyone in the house. Practice using a fire blanket to smother small kitchen fires. Teach everyone how to close doors to contain fire, crawl low under smoke, and use the stop, drop, and roll technique. Review escape routes and practice your fire escape plan together, ensuring everyone knows at least 2 ways out of every room. Keep a fire escape ladder accessible by upper floor windows and demonstrate its use. Consider drawing a floor plan and posting it in a common area, and assign roles for who helps children, pets, or elderly family members during an evacuation. Real-world example: In 2018, a family in California survived a kitchen fire during a blackout because they had practiced their escape plan. The children knew to crawl low under smoke, the parents used a fire blanket to smother the flames, and everyone exited quickly and safely. In another case, a family's regular fire drills meant that even their youngest child knew to check doors for heat before opening them and to meet at a designated spot outside. Remove flammable clutter from around fireplaces and stoves. Label your circuit breaker panel for quick power shutoff. Place fire blankets near the kitchen and other high-risk areas. Never overload electrical outlets with emergency lighting devices. Check cords for damage before use. If you use extension cords, make sure they are rated for the load and are not run under rugs or furniture, which can cause overheating. Store extra batteries, matches, and fire-starting materials in waterproof containers, away from heat sources and out of reach of children. After using candles or fires, dispose of candle stubs, matches, and ashes in a metal container outside your home. Never pour water on hot glass or ceramic candle holders as they can shatter. Double-check that all flames are extinguished before leaving a room or going to sleep. For added safety, set a timer or alarm on your phone to remind you to check all fire sources before bedtime. Scenario: after a blackout, a family safely disposes of all used matches and candle stubs in a metal container outside, ensuring no smoldering embers remain indoors. This simple habit prevents accidental fires long after the lights come back on. Another family makes it a rule to walk through the house together before bed, checking every room for potential fire hazards and confirming that all emergency lights are turned off or set to low power. In 2003, a major blackout in the northeastern United States led to many house fires caused by unattended candles. One family lost their home when a candle left on a windowsill ignited the curtains. Always establish a strict no unattended flames rule and assign a monitor if candles are used. Consider using a checklist or assigning a fire safety captain each night during a blackout to ensure all precautions are followed. Respect fire as a powerful tool. Used wisely, it brings light and warmth. Used carelessly, it can turn a tough situation into tragedy. With thorough preparation, regular practice, and constant vigilance, you can keep your home safe and your family secure even when the lights go out. Make fire safety a regular topic of family meetings and update your emergency plans as your household changes. By understanding the risks, practicing safe habits, and equipping your home with the right tools and knowledge, you'll be ready to face any blackout with confidence and peace of mind. Remember, the best time to prepare is before disaster strikes, so start today and make fire safety and lighting a cornerstone of your emergency readiness plan. When the lights go out, preparing a hot meal becomes more than just a comfort. It's a crucial part of maintaining energy, morale, and even hygiene. Eating warm food can help regulate your body temperature, especially in colder months, and provides a sense of normalcy and routine during stressful times. Sharing a meal together can also boost spirits and help everyone feel more secure. However, cooking indoors during a blackout requires careful planning and strict safety measures to avoid fire hazards and dangerous fumes. It's easy to overlook risks when you're hungry or anxious, but taking shortcuts can lead to accidents or even tragedy. Always take a moment to review your emergency plan and make sure everyone in your household understands the rules for safe indoor cooking. Let's start with safe cooking equipment. The best options are those specifically designed for indoor use, such as portable butane stoves, alcohol stoves, or electric hot plates if you have access to a generator or battery backup. These devices are engineered to minimize the risk of carbon monoxide buildup and fire, provided they are used correctly. Never use outdoor grills, barbecues, or camp stoves inside your home, garage, or any enclosed space. These appliances are designed for open-air use only and can quickly fill a room with deadly gases. These devices produce carbon monoxide, a colorless, odorless gas that can be fatal even in small amounts. Symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning include headache, dizziness, nausea, and confusion. If you suspect exposure, get everyone outside immediately and seek medical help. Instead, opt for indoor safe alternatives such as portable butane or alcohol stoves specifically marked for indoor use. Look for models with built-in safety features like automatic shutoff and stable bases. Always check the packaging or manufacturer's website to confirm that your stove is rated for indoor use. Always read and follow the manufacturer's instructions, and never leave these devices unattended while in operation. Set up your cooking station on a flat, heat-resistant surface, away from the edge of counters or tables to prevent tipping. Keep children and pets at a safe distance, and never move a stove while it's hot or in use. If you don't have a dedicated indoor stove, you can improvise with simple makeshift methods. For example, you can use a heavy-duty metal tray or baking sheet as a base for a small heat source, or repurpose a fondue set or chafing dish if you have one. Always prioritize safety and stability when improvising. For example, a tea light oven made from a sturdy heat-proof metal container and several tea lights can gently warm food, though it's best suited for reheating rather than cooking raw ingredients. Place the container on a ceramic tile or metal tray to protect surfaces, and never leave it unattended. This method works well for warming up leftovers, heating canned soup, or melting cheese for sandwiches. Sterno cans or solid fuel tablets, often used by caterers, can also be safe indoors if placed on a non-flammable surface, away from children and pets. Use a dedicated holder or chafing dish to keep the flame contained, and always have a way to extinguish the flame quickly if needed. These fuels are ideal for heating water, warming pre-cooked meals, or keeping food hot for serving. Always ensure there's nothing flammable nearby, no curtains, papers, or plastic. Ventilation is critical. Even with indoor-safe stoves, fumes and heat can build up quickly in a closed room. Open a window or exterior door to allow fresh air to circulate, and avoid cooking in small, enclosed spaces like bathrooms or closets. Even with indoor-safe stoves, always cook near an open window or exterior door to allow fresh air to circulate and fumes to escape. If possible, set up a small fan to help move air out of the room, especially if you're cooking for an extended period. If you live in an apartment, consider cooking near a balcony or open stairwell for extra ventilation. If possible, use a battery-powered carbon monoxide detector in the room where you're cooking, and check it regularly. These detectors are inexpensive and can provide an early warning if dangerous gases begin to accumulate. Make sure the batteries are fresh and test the alarm before you start cooking. Keep a fire extinguisher and a bucket of sand or water within easy reach. Know how to use your extinguisher, read the instructions ahead of time, and make sure everyone in your household knows where it's stored. Sand is especially useful for smothering small fuel fires, while water can be used for most kitchen fires, except those involving grease or electrical equipment. Assign a responsible adult to monitor the cooking area at all times. This person should stay alert for signs of trouble such as smoke, unusual smells, or flickering flames. If you need to step away, turn off the stove and make sure all flames are out before leaving the area. After cooking, make sure all flames are completely extinguished and hot surfaces have cooled before leaving the area unattended. Double check that fuel canisters are closed and stored safely, and never place hot equipment on flammable surfaces like wooden tables or plastic countertops. Remember, in a prolonged blackout, it's wise to prioritize foods that require minimal cooking, such as tinned soups, stews, or instant noodles. Stock up on shelf-stable items that can be eaten cold if necessary, like canned beans, tuna, or ready-to-eat meals. Consider prepping a list of simple recipes that use only a few ingredients and require little or no heat. If you're using up perishable items, cook them first to prevent waste. Prioritize foods from your refrigerator, then freezer, before moving on to pantry staples. For example, cook eggs, dairy, and fresh meat within the first day or two of a blackout, and use up thawed frozen vegetables in soups or stir-fries. Finally, always clean up thoroughly after cooking, wipe down surfaces to remove crumbs and spills, and wash dishes as soon as possible to prevent attracting pests. If water is limited, use disposable plates and utensils, or wipe dishes clean with paper towels before washing. Dispose of ashes, used fuel, and food scraps safely, keeping your living area tidy and reducing the risk of pests or accidental fires. Store used fuel canisters outside if possible, and never pour leftover fuel down the drain or into the trash. By following these safe indoor cooking practices and staying vigilant about ventilation and fire safety, you can enjoy warm meals and peace of mind, even when the power's out. Remember, preparation and caution are your best tools for keeping your family safe and comfortable during any emergency. When the power goes out, information becomes your lifeline, just as vital as food, water, or shelter. In a crisis, the ability to stay informed and communicate effectively can mean the difference between confusion and calm, or even between danger and safety. But during a blackout, your usual sources of information and communication may be unavailable or unreliable. That's why it's essential to prepare in advance, understand your options, and have backup tools and strategies ready to keep yourself and your loved ones connected, no matter what. In this chapter, we'll dive even deeper into the practical steps, real-world examples, and advanced tips you need to master the art of staying informed and communicating during a power outage. Let's break down the most effective strategies for staying informed and communicating during a power outage, with expanded details, practical advice, and survival stories to help you prepare for the unexpected. 1. Build a comprehensive emergency communication kit. Bend to start. Your emergency communication kit is your first line of defense against isolation and misinformation. Start with a battery-powered or hand-crank radio, ideally one with no-way weather band capability. These radios provide continuous updates from the National Weather Service, including severe weather alerts, evacuation orders, and other critical information. Don't underestimate the value of a radio. When cell towers and the internet are down, it may be your only link to the outside world. Real-world example. During Hurricane Katrina in 2005, families who had battery-powered radios were able to receive evacuation instructions and weather updates, even when cell towers and the internet were completely down. This information saved lives by directing people to shelters and away from danger zones. In contrast, those without radios often missed crucial updates and were left in the dark, literally and figuratively. Add a solar-powered emergency radio as a backup, and keep extra batteries or a solar charger in your kit. Solar chargers are especially useful during extended outages, as they allow you to recharge devices without relying on the grid. Look for radios that can also charge your phone or flashlight via USB. Multi-function devices save space and weight in your kit. Print and tape a list of local emergency frequencies and radio stations somewhere visible, like your fridge or inside your emergency kit. In the 2003 Northeast blackout, many people relied on their car radios to get news and instructions when all other communication failed. Consider laminating this list to protect it from water or damage. If you own a ham radio or CB radio, ensure you know how to use it and have the necessary licenses or permissions. These devices can connect you to a broader network of emergency operators and local communities, even if cell towers are down. Amateur radio operators played a crucial role in relaying information during the 2010 Haiti earthquake, when all other communication infrastructure was destroyed. Join a local amateur radio club to practice and stay up to date on emergency protocols. Don't forget your car radio. Sometimes, it's the only way to get updates if you're on the move or if home devices fail. Always keep your car's gas tank at least half full, as gas stations may not operate during a blackout. Store a car charger for your phone and a paper map in your glove compartment in case GPS is unavailable. Pro tip: include a waterproof notebook and pen in your kit to jot down important updates, frequencies, or instructions you hear on the radio. This can be invaluable if you need to relay information to others or remember details later. 2. Backup communication devices. Walkie-talkies are excellent for short-range communication with family or neighbors, especially in large homes or apartment buildings. Label each device with the user's name and the channel you'll use. Choose models with long battery life and weather-resistant features for added reliability. Two-way pagers, satellite phones, and even old-fashioned landline phones that don't require electricity can be invaluable when cell service is unreliable. Landlines that work without external power can still function during blackouts, as seen during the 2012 Hurricane Sandy, when many people use them to call for help. If you have a landline, test it regularly and keep a list of emergency numbers nearby. Real-world example: after the 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan, many people used satellite phones and walkie-talkies to coordinate rescue efforts and check on loved ones when the cellular network was overloaded. In some cases, these devices were the only way to communicate with emergency services. In remote areas, satellite phones can be a literal lifeline. Consider renting one if you live in a disaster-prone region. Practice using these devices with your family before an emergency strikes. Role-play different scenarios so everyone feels confident. For example, assign each family member a walkie-talkie and practice communicating from different rooms or floors. Teach children how to use the push-to-talk button and basic radio etiquette. Store extra batteries and keep devices charged with solar chargers or power banks. If you have a satellite phone, make sure you know how to send both voice and text messages, and keep it in an accessible spot. Label chargers and cords to avoid confusion in the dark. Consider keeping a backup charger in your car or go bag, and test your devices regularly to ensure they're in working order. Rotate batteries and check expiration dates on all backup power sources. Keep a checklist of all devices and their charging status in your emergency kit. Pro tip: if you have elderly family members or neighbors, provide them with a simple-to-use walkie-talkie or pager and show them how to call for help. Practice together so they feel comfortable using the device in an emergency. 3. Multiple information sources. If you still have internet access, use it wisely and sparingly. Prioritize checking official sources, government websites, emergency alert apps, and trusted news outlets. Bookmark these sites ahead of time for quick access. Download key documents, such as evacuation maps or emergency contacts, for offline use. Download emergency apps ahead of time and enable push notifications for local alerts. For example, the FEMA app and local emergency management apps can provide real-time updates and instructions. Set your phone to receive wireless emergency alerts, WEA, and test the feature before an emergency. Avoid social media rumors and unverified information, which can spread panic or confusion. During the 2017 Hurricane Harvey disaster, misinformation on social media led some people to make dangerous decisions. Always verify before acting. Cross-check information with multiple sources before sharing it with others. If the internet goes down, look for printed emergency bulletins at community centers, libraries, or local stores. In Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, community bulletin boards became a primary source of information for neighborhoods cut off from digital communication. Volunteer to help update these boards if you're able. Listen for updates from mobile loudspeakers or megaphones used by local authorities, and check community message boards for posted updates. In some rural areas, emergency vehicles drive through neighborhoods broadcasting instructions. If you hear a siren or announcement, gather your family and listen carefully. Consider printing out key emergency information and keeping it in a binder for quick reference. This could include evacuation routes, shelter locations, and contact numbers for local emergency services. Update this binder every 6 months or after major changes in your area. Real-world example: after the 2018 California wildfires, neighborhoods used whiteboards and handwritten notes to share updates and requests for help when cell service was down. These low-tech solutions kept communities connected and informed. Keep dry erase markers and extra paper in your kit for this purpose. Pro tip: create a community contact tree with your neighbors, a list of who will check on whom, and how information will be relayed. This ensures no one is left out or forgotten during a crisis. 4. Conserve and prioritize device power. Conserve your cell phone battery as much as possible. Turn off non-essential apps, lower your screen brightness, and use airplane mode when you're not actively communicating. Disable Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and location services unless needed for emergency updates. Text messages use less battery and are more likely to go through during network congestion than phone calls. For example, during the 2010 Chile earthquake, text messaging was often the only way people could reach each other when voice calls failed. Teach family members how to send group texts and share their location via SMS. Charge your devices with solar chargers or power banks during daylight hours. If you use your car to charge devices, always do so safely. Never run the engine in a closed garage, and keep windows open for ventilation. Invest in a high-capacity power bank that can charge multiple devices at once. If you have multiple devices, prioritize charging the ones you use for communication and emergency alerts. Consider setting up a charging schedule for your household to ensure everyone has access to a working device when needed. Label devices with owner names to avoid mix-ups. Keep a backup battery or power bank for each essential device, and rotate their use to maximize availability. In extended outages, ration device use and designate one phone as the primary contact device. Turn off devices when not in use to preserve power. Real-world tip: in the aftermath of the 2015 Nepal earthquake, survivors used solar chargers and power banks to keep phones operational for days, allowing them to coordinate rescue and relief efforts. If you have a crank-powered charger, practice using it before an emergency. It can take time and effort to generate enough power. Pro tip: store all chargers, batteries, and power banks in a waterproof bag or container to protect them from moisture or flooding. 5. Establish and practice a family communication plan. Decide on primary and secondary meeting points, regular check-in times, and a list of emergency contacts, including out-of-town relatives who can serve as a central point of contact. Choose meeting points both near your home and outside your neighborhood in case evacuation is necessary. Write down this plan and make sure every family member has a copy, either printed or saved on their phone. Store copies in your emergency kit and in your car. Include maps, directions, and photos of meeting locations for easy reference. Practice your plan with drills. Have each person demonstrate how to use walkie-talkies, send group texts, or leave written notes. Role-playing different scenarios helps everyone stay calm and know what to do under stress. Try drills at different times of day and in different weather conditions to build confidence. If electronic devices fail, use chalkboards, whiteboards, or even paper notes taped to doors or windows to communicate with neighbors. Posting messages on a community bulletin board or in a visible window can help keep everyone informed. Agree on simple codes or symbols to indicate your status, such as a green card for OK and a red card for need help. Real-world example: after the 2018 California wildfires, many neighborhoods used whiteboards and handwritten notes to share updates and requests for help when cell service was down. Assign roles within your family for who checks on neighbors, who updates the group chat, and who monitors official sources. Rotate roles so everyone is familiar with each task. Include a plan for children and elderly family members who may need extra assistance or reminders. Teach children how to identify trusted adults and what to do if separated from the family. Pro tip: laminate your family communication plan and keep it in your emergency kit to protect it from water or damage. 6. Local communication protocols. Learn about your community's emergency communication protocols. Some neighborhoods have designated meeting points, radio frequencies, or signal systems for emergencies. Ask your local emergency management office for details and participate in community meetings. Join or start a neighborhood watch or emergency preparedness group. These groups often have established ways to share information quickly, such as group texts, phone trees, or walkie-talkie channels. Volunteer to help organize drills or maintain the group's contact list. Real-world example. In some rural Alaskan villages, residents use a combination of CB radios and signal flags to communicate during storms and outages, ensuring everyone knows when it's safe to travel or when help is needed. In urban areas, some apartment buildings use color-coded cards and windows to indicate residents' status. Familiarize yourself with local siren systems, emergency alert tones, and the meaning of different signals. Practice responding to these alerts with your family. Keep a printed guide to local signals in your emergency kit for quick reference. Pro tip: if your community doesn't have a communication protocol, work with neighbors to create one. Simple systems, like a group text or a shared whiteboard, can make a big difference in a crisis. 7. Emergency signaling techniques. If you need to attract attention or signal for help, use tools like whistles, flashlights, signal mirrors, colored flags, or glow sticks. 3 short blasts on a whistle or 3 flashes of a light are recognized as a universal distress signal. Practice these signals with your family so everyone knows what to do. In urban areas, hanging a brightly colored. Maintaining hygiene and proper sanitation during a prolonged blackout is just as vital as securing food and water. In fact, neglecting hygiene can quickly lead to illness, which can be just as dangerous as running out of supplies. When the lights go out, it's easy to overlook these basics, but they're essential for your health and well-being. When the taps stop running and the bins aren't collected, the risk of illness from poor hygiene or contaminated water rises sharply. Garbage can pile up, water sources may become questionable, and the usual routines for cleaning and waste disposal are disrupted. This is when bacteria, viruses, and pests can thrive. Let's explore practical steps for keeping yourself and your family healthy, even when normal services are disrupted. First, waste disposal. This is often the first challenge people face in a blackout lasting more than a day or two. Without regular rubbish collection or flushing toilets, it's crucial to develop a safe system for managing waste. If you have a backyard, designate a specific area for temporary waste storage, away from your home and any water sources. If you live in an apartment, use a balcony or a sealed container in a hallway, but always keep it as far from living spaces as possible. Double bag all household rubbish and store it securely away from living spaces to deter pests. Use heavy-duty garbage bags if possible, and tie them tightly. If you have access to plastic bins with lids, use them to further contain odors and prevent animals from getting in. Sprinkle baking soda or a bit of bleach inside the bin to help control smells and bacteria. For human waste, if your toilet doesn't flush, line the bowl with a heavy-duty bin liner, add a layer of absorbent material like cat litter, sawdust, or shredded newspaper, and seal the bag tightly after use. If you don't have a toilet, a 5-gallon bucket with a tight-fitting lid can serve as an emergency toilet. Always wash your hands thoroughly after handling waste, and keep a supply of disposable gloves on hand for extra protection. Store used bags in a lidded bin outdoors, well away from your home and water sources, until collection resumes. If you're in an apartment, coordinate with neighbors to designate a safe communal waste area. Mark the area clearly and keep it covered to avoid attracting pests. Never dispose of waste in waterways or storm drains. This can contaminate the environment and drinking water supplies. Even pouring dirty water or cleaning fluids down storm drains can cause problems. Instead, collect wastewater in a separate container and dispose of it safely when services resume. Only use water from known safe sources for drinking, cooking, and washing. If you have advance warning of a blackout, fill bathtubs, sinks, and as many containers as possible with clean water. Store bottled water in a cool, dark place, and ration it carefully. If you're unsure about water quality, always purify it by boiling for at least 1 minute, or use water purification tablets as directed. Portable water filters can also be useful, especially if you need to use water from a stream or rainwater. Remember, boiling is the most reliable method. Bring water to a rolling boil and let it cool before use. For hand washing, set up a simple hand washing station using a clean container with a tap, soap, and a catch basin for wastewater. A camping water jug or even a large soda bottle with a small hole in the cap can work. Place it near your kitchen or bathroom, and make sure everyone knows how to use it. Wash hands thoroughly before eating, after using the toilet, and after handling rubbish or animals. Teach children proper hand-washing techniques, scrubbing for at least 20 seconds, getting under fingernails, and rinsing well. If water is scarce, use alcohol-based hand sanitizer, but remember it's not a substitute for soap and water when hands are visibly dirty. Personal hygiene is equally important. Even if you can't shower daily, try to wash your face, hands, and feet regularly. This helps prevent skin infections and keeps you feeling refreshed. Bathe with boiled, cooled water or use unscented baby wipes if water is scarce. Focus on areas prone to sweat and bacteria, like underarms, groin, and feet. If you have no wipes, a damp washcloth with a little soap can go a long way. Air dry thoroughly to prevent rashes. Change into clean clothes regularly and keep wounds covered and clean to prevent infection. If you get a cut or scrape, clean it with boiled or purified water, apply an antiseptic if available, and cover with a sterile bandage. Check wounds daily for signs of infection such as redness, swelling, or pus. Brush your teeth twice daily using bottled or purified water. If you run out of toothpaste, baking soda can be used as a substitute. Avoid sharing toothbrushes, and rinse them with clean water after each use. If you're caring for infants, elderly, or those with medical conditions, be extra vigilant. These groups are more vulnerable to illness. Change diapers and soiled clothing promptly, and use barrier creams to prevent rashes. For bedridden individuals, turn them regularly and keep bedding clean and dry. Lastly, keep your living space as tidy as possible. Clutter can attract pests and make cleaning more difficult. Assign daily chores to family members, such as sweeping floors, wiping surfaces, and taking out the trash. Clean surfaces with a diluted bleach solution if safe water is available, and ventilate your home to prevent mold growth. Mix 1 part bleach to 9 parts water for disinfecting surfaces. Open windows for at least 10 minutes a day, even in cold weather, to reduce humidity and freshen the air. If someone becomes unwell with symptoms like vomiting or diarrhea, isolate them from others, use gloves and masks when cleaning up, and seek medical advice as soon as possible. Disinfect any surfaces they touch, and wash bedding and clothing separately if possible. Keep a basic first aid kit and a list of emergency contacts handy. By taking these steps, you can dramatically reduce the risk of illness and maintain dignity and comfort during even the most challenging outages. Remember, a clean and organized home is not just about appearances, it's about protecting your family's health. Good hygiene isn't just about cleanliness, it's about survival. In a blackout, these habits can make all the difference. Prepare ahead, stay vigilant, and you'll be ready to weather any storm. When the power goes out for an extended period, the risks around you multiply, often in ways you might not expect. It's not just about being uncomfortable in the dark, it's about recognizing and responding to hazards that can threaten your safety and well-being. Start by heightening your awareness. Walk through your home and property using a flashlight to check for anything unusual. Listen for strange noises like dripping water, creaking walls, or distant alarms. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, investigate it safely. Hazards can range from break-ins and theft to fire, carbon monoxide poisoning, contaminated water, structural damage, and exposure to extreme temperatures. Let's break down each of these threats and how to protect yourself and your loved ones. Remember, the key to surviving a prolonged outage is not just to endure, but to actively manage the risks that arise. The more you know about potential hazards, the better you can anticipate and prevent them. Here's a comprehensive guide to protecting against the most common and dangerous hazards during a blackout, with actionable steps, in-depth explanations, and real-life survival examples to help you prepare for the unexpected. Security is your first line of defense. During blackouts, neighborhoods can become targets for opportunistic criminals. Here's how to protect your home and family. Always lock all doors and windows, even those you might not usually secure. Reinforce entry points with dowels or sticks in sliding doors and windows. In the 2003 Northeast blackout, some homes were burglarized simply because a window was left unlocked. Move valuables out of sight. Don't leave electronics, wallets, or car keys near windows. Thieves often window shop before breaking in. If you have a security system, make sure it's on battery backup. Test it regularly. Even a simple alarm can deter intruders. Use simple low-tech alarms. Tie bells to doors, place noisy objects near entry points, or use a dog as an early warning system. If you don't have a pet, even a recording of a barking dog played occasionally can deter intruders. Keep a defensive tool nearby, but only if you're trained and it's legal in your area. Stay calm and avoid confrontation. Call for help if you feel threatened. Install battery-powered motion sensor lights outside. If you live in an apartment, coordinate with neighbors to watch out for each other. Neighborhood watch groups can organize patrols during extended outages. Real-life case. During the 2003 Northeast blackout, some neighborhoods saw a spike in break-ins, while others with active community watch groups reported almost none. The difference was vigilance and communication. Additional tip: use walkie-talkies or group text to stay in touch with neighbors and report suspicious activity immediately. In Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, neighborhoods that organized nightly patrols and shared information via group chats experienced far fewer incidents of theft. Carbon monoxide is a deadly, invisible gas produced by burning fuel. Protect yourself with these steps. Never use generators, grills, or camp stoves inside your home, garage, or basement, even with windows open. Always operate these devices outdoors, at least 20 feet from doors and windows. In 2017, after Hurricane Irma, dozens of people in Florida were hospitalized due to improper generator use indoors. Many were unaware that even a partially open garage was not safe. Install battery-powered carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your home, especially near sleeping areas. Test them regularly and replace batteries twice a year. These detectors have saved countless lives by providing early warning. If you ever feel dizzy, nauseous, or develop a headache, get outside immediately and call emergency services. Symptoms of CO poisoning can be subtle but deadly. If you must use a fireplace or wood stove, ensure the chimney is clear and ventilate the room. Never use your oven or gas stove for heating. Real-life case. In the 1998 Quebec ice storm, several families died from CO poisoning after using charcoal grills indoors for heat. Survivors reported that symptoms came on quickly and without warning. If you suspect CO buildup, evacuate everyone immediately and do not re-enter until authorities declare it safe. Additional tip: post a list of CO poisoning symptoms in a visible spot and review it with your family. In one case, a child recognized the symptoms from a posted chart and alerted adults in time to prevent tragedy. Structural dangers can be life-threatening, especially after storms, earthquakes, or floods. Here's how to mitigate these risks. Inspect your home for cracks in walls or ceilings, sagging floors, or doors and windows that suddenly stick. These can signal a weakened structure. After the 2011 Christchurch earthquake, many injuries occurred when people ignored these warning signs and re-entered unsafe buildings. If you see major damage, evacuate immediately and contact professionals before re-entering. Don't risk your life for possessions. Downed power lines are extremely hazardous. Stay at least 30 feet away and report them to authorities right away. Never touch or try to move a fallen wire, even if it looks inactive. In the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, several fatalities occurred when people tried to clear debris tangled with live wires. Water leaks can cause mold, rot, and electrical hazards. If you notice water pooling, shut off the main water valve if you can do so safely. Avoid walking through standing water. It may hide sharp debris or live wires. Mark off unsafe areas with tape or furniture to keep everyone clear. Use sandbags to block water entry and check sump pumps regularly. Real-life case. After Hurricane Katrina, many injuries occurred not during the storm, but in the days after, as people returned to unstable homes. Always document damage with photos for insurance and keep a written log of hazards you find. If you rent, notify your landlord immediately. Additional tip: store emergency tools, like a wrench for gas shutoff and a flashlight, where they're easy to grab in the dark. In Japan, families who kept tools by the door were able to act quickly during aftershocks. Fire risk increases dramatically during outages. Take these precautions. If you use candles, place them in sturdy holders away from curtains, bedding, or anything flammable. Never leave a candle or open flame unattended, and always extinguish them before leaving a room or going to sleep. In New York, a family lost their home to a fire started by a candle left burning in a bathroom during a blackout. If you're using a portable heater, make sure the area is well ventilated. Keep flammable materials at least 3 feet away, and never use outdoor heaters or grills inside. Flashlights and battery-powered lanterns are much safer alternatives. In the 2010 Chile earthquake, families who relied on battery lights had far fewer fire incidents. Keep a fire extinguisher in an accessible spot and make sure everyone knows how to use it. Test smoke alarms regularly, and when power returns, avoid overloading outlets or extension cords. This is a common cause of post-blackout fires. Unplug unused appliances to prevent power surges when electricity is restored. Practice fire drills with your family so everyone knows how to respond if a fire breaks out. In Australia, families who practiced fire escape plans during bushfire season reported faster, calmer evacuations. Additional tip: review your home's fire escape routes and keep them clear of clutter. In one case, a blocked hallway delayed a family's escape during a fire. Medical help may be delayed during a disaster, so basic first aid knowledge is essential. Here's what to do. Keep a well-stocked first aid kit in a central location. Include extra supplies like gloves, masks, and emergency blankets. In the 2011 Japan earthquake, many people relied on basic first aid skills to treat injuries when hospitals were overwhelmed. For cuts and scrapes, wash thoroughly with clean water and antiseptic, then cover with a sterile bandage. Infection can set in quickly without proper care. For burns, run cool water over the area for at least 10 minutes and cover loosely with a clean cloth. Avoid using ice, which can damage tissue. For sprains, elevate the limb and apply a cold pack to reduce swelling. Remove splinters with sterilized tweezers and monitor for infection, redness, swelling or pus. Make sure you have at least a week's supply of prescription medications and keep a list of medical conditions and allergies for each family member. Store emergency contacts in your phone and written down in a visible place. If someone is seriously injured and you can't reach emergency services, use a first aid manual or telehealth service for guidance. In rural Alaska, families have saved lives by following step-by-step first aid instructions during storms that cut off access to hospitals. Additional tip: store medications in a waterproof bag and label them clearly. Consider taking a first aid and CPR course before disaster strikes. These skills can save lives. In one case, a teenager's CPR training saved her grandfather's life during a blackout. Water and food safety are critical during outages. Follow these steps. Tap water may become unsafe due to broken pipes or contamination. Use bottled water for drinking and cooking, or boil water for at least 1 minute to kill bacteria and viruses. After the 1998 Quebec ice storm, thousands of people became ill from drinking contaminated water or eating spoiled food. If you run out of bottled water, purify water with household bleach, add 1/8 teaspoon per gallon, stir, and let it stand for 30 minutes. This method is recommended by the CDC and has saved lives in disaster zones worldwide. Store food in sealed containers and keep perishable items cold by grouping them together in the fridge or cooler. Discard any food that smells, looks, or tastes off. Foodborne illness can be as dangerous as any other hazard during a blackout. Take out trash regularly to prevent pests and check for mold in damp areas. Mold can cause respiratory problems, especially in children and the elderly. Wear gloves, a mask, and sturdy shoes when cleaning up debris or handling spoiled food to protect against cuts, infection, and respiratory hazards. Rotate emergency food supplies every 6 months and check expiration dates regularly. In one case, a family in Texas avoided food poisoning during a week-long outage by sticking to their rotation schedule. Label water containers with the date and method of purification. Additional tip: store extra water for hygiene and cleaning, not just drinking. In the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey, families who had extra water for washing and cleaning avoided many secondary infections. Preparation is key. Practice emergency drills with your family so everyone knows what to do in a crisis. Here's how to make your plan effective. Teach children how to call emergency services, memorize their address and phone number, and recognize signs of danger like smoke, gas smells, or structural damage. In California, families who practiced earthquake drills reported less panic and fewer. In an extended blackout or emergency, professional medical help may be delayed or even unavailable. This means you and your family could be on your own for hours, or even days, before help arrives. In these situations, your ability to provide immediate care can make a critical difference. That's why having basic first aid knowledge and a well-prepared survival medical kit could be the difference between a minor injury and a major crisis. Imagine a child getting a deep cut while playing in the dark, or a family member burning themselves while cooking on a camp stove. If you know how to respond, you can prevent infection, reduce pain, and even save a life. Let's start with the basics. First aid isn't just about bandages, it's about knowing how to assess a situation, stay calm, and take the right steps to help someone in need. Every household should have at least one comprehensive first aid manual. Choose one that covers a wide range of emergencies, from minor wounds to more serious conditions like choking, heart attacks, or severe allergic reactions. Manuals with clear illustrations and step-by-step instructions are best, especially if you're under stress. Familiarize yourself and your family with common first aid procedures, treating cuts and scrapes, managing burns, dealing with sprains, and knowing how to stop bleeding. For example, practice cleaning a wound with clean water, applying pressure to stop bleeding, and using a sterile bandage. Teach children how to alert an adult if someone is hurt, and show older kids how to use basic supplies safely. Learn to recognize the signs of shock or dehydration. Shock can happen after a serious injury or fright, and symptoms include pale skin, rapid pulse, and confusion. Dehydration is common during outages, especially if water is limited. Watch for dry lips, dizziness, or dark urine. Knowing these signs means you can act quickly, offering fluids, keeping the person warm, and seeking help if needed. Practicing these skills ahead of time builds confidence and ensures you'll know what to do when it matters most. Try role-playing different scenarios as a family, like treating a burn or responding to a fall, so everyone feels prepared. Now let's talk about your survival medical kit. This kit should be tailored to your family's needs, the number of people in your household, and any specific health concerns. At a minimum, it should include sterile bandages and gauze for covering wounds, adhesive tape to secure dressings, antiseptic wipes for cleaning injuries, plasters in assorted sizes for small cuts, tweezers for removing splinters or ticks, scissors for cutting tape or clothing, disposable gloves to protect yourself and others, a digital thermometer to check for fever, and pain relief tablets like paracetamol or ibuprofen. Don't forget a supply of any essential prescription medications. If someone in your family relies on daily medication, such as insulin, asthma inhalers, or heart medicine, keep at least a week's supply in your kit and rotate it regularly to ensure it's in date. Include items like an emergency blanket which can prevent hypothermia if someone is wet or cold, and a face mask to reduce the risk of infection during illness outbreaks or when providing first aid to others. A whistle can also be useful for signaling for help if you're trapped or need to attract attention. For longer outages or remote situations, think about what might be harder to access. If you live far from medical facilities, or if you're preparing for a natural disaster, your kit should be even more robust. Consider adding a basic suture kit for closing deeper wounds, rehydration salts to treat dehydration from vomiting or diarrhea, and antihistamines for allergic reactions or insect stings. If anyone in your family has severe allergies, include an epinephrine auto-injector if prescribed. Pack extra contact lenses or glasses if you or a family member needs them. Losing or damaging your only pair during an emergency can make it much harder to function or help others. Store everything in a waterproof, clearly labeled container. Use Ziploc bags or plastic boxes to keep supplies dry and organized. Label each section, wound care, medications, tools, so you can find what you need quickly, even in the dark. Check expiry dates regularly. Set a reminder every 6 months to review your kit, replace expired items, and update medications as needed. This is especially important for things like ointments, eye drops, and prescription drugs. Keep a list of emergency contacts and medical details, such as allergies, chronic conditions, and blood types, inside your kit. Include your doctor's number, poison control, and local emergency services. Write down any special instructions for medications or treatments. It's also wise to download or print a simple first aid guide in case internet access is unavailable. Choose guides that are easy to read and cover a range of scenarios. Laminate printed pages or keep them in a plastic sleeve to protect them from water or dirt. Make sure everyone in your household knows where the kit is kept and how to use its contents. Walk through the kit together, explaining what each item is for and how to use it. Store the kit in a central, easily accessible location, like the kitchen or hallway, so it's always within reach. Practice basic first aid scenarios as a family. For example, simulate a sprained ankle and have someone apply a cold pack and wrap it, or pretend someone has a nosebleed and walk through the steps to stop it. These drills help everyone stay calm and act quickly in real emergencies. The more you practice, the more automatic your response will be, so you're ready to respond quickly and effectively if someone is injured. Even young children can learn to fetch the kit or call for help. By preparing these essentials now, you're not just collecting supplies, you're building skills, confidence, and peace of mind. In a crisis, you'll be able to focus on helping your loved ones, not scrambling for missing items or instructions. You're not just stocking up on supplies, you're giving yourself and your loved ones the best possible chance to stay safe and healthy, no matter what challenges come your way. Preparation today means protection tomorrow. Remember, emergencies are unpredictable, but your readiness doesn't have to be. Take the time now to build your kit, learn the basics, and practice as a family, so you're ready for whatever comes next. In any crisis, your greatest asset isn't just your supplies, it's your mindset. Psychological resilience is the foundation of survival, and it's what allows you to adapt, make smart decisions, and support those around you. Staying calm, thinking clearly, and managing stress can make all the difference between chaos and control. But how do you actually maintain composure and plan effectively when the lights go out and uncertainty sets in? Let's break down detailed strategies and practical steps to help you stay calm and plan ahead, no matter what comes your way. Remember, the ability to stay calm is not just about suppressing fear or anxiety. It's about acknowledging those feelings, understanding them, and channeling them into productive action. When you plan ahead, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're empowering yourself and your loved ones to face challenges with confidence and clarity. In real-world disasters, such as Hurricane Katrina or the 2003 Northeast Blackout, families who maintained a calm mindset and had a plan in place were able to make better decisions, avoid panic, and help others in their community. Their stories show that mental preparation is just as important as physical supplies. When stress hits, pause and ground yourself with mental exercises. Here are some practical techniques. Deep breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, then exhale for 4. Repeat several times to lower your heart rate and clear your mind. Print out or write down this exercise and post it somewhere visible for everyone to use. Deep breathing is a proven method used by first responders and military personnel to regain composure in high-stress situations. For example, during the 2011 Japanese earthquake and tsunami, survivors reported that focusing on their breath helped them stay calm while waiting for rescue. Progressive muscle relaxation. Tense and release each muscle group, starting from your toes and moving upward. This helps release physical tension and signals your body to relax. This technique is often used in hospitals and shelters to help people cope with anxiety during emergencies. Guided meditation. Use apps or audio tracks. Even a short 5-minute session can reset your mind and body. If you don't have access to technology, try a simple script. Imagine a peaceful place, focus on your breath, and let your thoughts drift by. In survival stories, such as those from Chilean miners trapped underground, visualization and meditation were key to maintaining hope and mental stability. Aromatherapy. If available, use calming scents like lavender or chamomile. Even lighting a scented candle can help create a soothing environment. In some cultures, burning incense or using essential oils is a traditional way to reduce stress during crises. Journaling. Encourage everyone to write or draw about their feelings. This can help process emotions and reduce anxiety. After the 2017 hurricanes in Puerto Rico, many families used journaling as a way to cope with the uncertainty and loss. Group routine. Make these exercises a family habit. For example, gather in the living room, dim the lights, and do a breathing exercise together before bed. Shared routines create a sense of normalcy and connection, which is vital for children and adults alike. For children, teach slow breathing by blowing bubbles or pretending to inflate a balloon. Use printable breathing cards or apps designed for kids. Child psychologists recommend these playful techniques to help young ones manage fear. Self-soothing. If someone is overwhelmed, encourage them to step aside for quiet breathing, gentle stretching, or listening to calming music. In shelters, designated quiet spaces are often set up for this purpose. Visual reminders. Post stress management tips or relaxation techniques on the wall as quick references. These small rituals can become anchors of calm in the midst of chaos. In real emergencies, such as extended blackouts in California, families who practiced these techniques reported feeling more in control and less anxious. Visualization and positive thinking are powerful tools for managing stress. Here's how to use them. Visualization. Close your eyes and picture a peaceful place or recall a happy memory. Guide children through drawing or describing their safe place. In survival psychology, visualization is used by elite athletes and astronauts to mentally rehearse overcoming obstacles. During the 2010 Chilean mine collapse, trapped miners used visualization to imagine their rescue and maintain hope. Positive affirmations. Repeat calming phrases like, "We're prepared, we can handle this." Write affirmations on sticky notes and post them around your home. Research shows that positive self-talk can reduce stress hormones and improve problem-solving under pressure. Identify stress triggers. Write down what's causing stress. Use a printable worksheet or a simple notebook. Discuss as a family and brainstorm ways to reframe negative thoughts. After the 2018 Indonesian earthquake, families who openly discussed their fears were better able to support each other. Sean, reframe challenges. Instead of "this is too hard," try "we've faced challenges before and made it through." Share examples of past resilience. In the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, families who focused on their strengths and past successes recovered more quickly. Andondam, sponda de zanskaladan. Worry box. Create a box where everyone can place written worries. Set aside time to review them together and decide which ones need attention. This technique is used in trauma counseling to help people manage overwhelming thoughts. Affirmation cards. Make or print cards with positive statements and coping skills. Review them daily as a family. In schools affected by disasters, affirmation cards are used to help children regain confidence. Supportive letters. Encourage writing a letter to yourself from the perspective of a supportive friend. This exercise is recommended by therapists to build self-compassion. Visualization for kids. Ask children to draw a picture of a place where they feel safe, or guide them through imagining a favorite memory. Art therapy is widely used in disaster recovery for children. List of strengths. Have each family member write down personal strengths and keep the list visible. Recognizing strengths boost morale and resilience. These strategies help shift focus from fear to empowerment. In real-world crises, such as the 2019 Australian bushfires, families who practiced positive thinking and visualization reported lower levels of trauma and faster emotional recovery. Structure is your ally in uncertain times. Here's how to create and maintain it. Daily routine. Start each day with a clear schedule. Use a printable daily planner or a whiteboard to outline tasks and goals. In shelters after the 2010 Haiti earthquake, families who established routines were better able to manage stress and maintain hope. Assign responsibilities. Give everyone age-appropriate chores. Rotate roles to keep things fair and engaging. In the aftermath of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, families who involved children in daily tasks found that it helped restore a sense of normalcy. Action plan. Write down daily goals and check off completed tasks. Use color-coded charts or stickers for motivation. This method is used in emergency shelters to keep everyone focused and productive. Family Command Center. Set up a central spot for schedules, emergency contacts, and supply lists. During the 2017 Mexico City earthquake, families who had a command center were able to coordinate more effectively and respond quickly to changing situations. Timers and reminders. Use timers to manage tasks and give everyone a sense of accomplishment. In survival training, breaking the day into manageable segments helps prevent overwhelm. End-of-day review. Gather as a family to discuss what went well and what could be improved. Celebrate small victories, like organizing supplies or finishing a group project. This practice is used by rescue teams to boost morale after challenging days. Support and encouragement. If someone struggles, offer help and positive feedback instead of criticism. Positive reinforcement is key to maintaining motivation during long-term crises. Planning templates. Download or create printable templates for daily, weekly, and emergency planning. Review them together and update as needed. Templates are used by disaster response organizations to streamline planning. Visual progress. Use charts or boards to track progress and keep everyone motivated. Structure provides stability and helps everyone feel more in control. In real-world blackouts, such as those in Texas in 2021, families who maintained routines and shared responsibilities reported less conflict and greater resilience. Keeping morale high is essential. Here are some ways to boost spirits. Play games. Board games, card games, or even made-up games can bring laughter and connection. During the 2003 Northeast blackout, families who played games together reported feeling closer and less anxious. Group activities. Try stretching, yoga, or mindfulness exercises together. Use printed guides or follow along with videos if available. In refugee camps, group activities are used to reduce stress and build community. Gratitude journaling. End each day by sharing something positive or writing in a gratitude journal. Use printable templates for kids and adults. Studies show that gratitude practices can improve mood and resilience, even in difficult circumstances. Laughter. Laughter yoga, silly games, or singing together can break tension and lift moods. In shelters after natural disasters, group laughter sessions are used to help people cope with trauma. Fun jar. Create a jar filled with activity ideas. Draw from it when energy is low. This technique is used in schools and therapy to keep spirits high during challenging times. Celebrate achievements. Mark completed activities or chores with a small celebration, like a group cheer or a special treat. Celebrating small wins is a proven way to maintain motivation during long-term emergencies. Positive moments board. Keep a visible board or wall for positive moments, jokes, or drawings. In community centers after disasters, these boards help people focus on hope and recovery. Mini concerts. If you have instruments, hold a family concert or sing along. Music has been shown to reduce stress and foster connection in crisis situations. Shadow puppets and jokes. Simple, creative activities can bring joy even in tough times. These traditions help everyone remember that joy is possible, even during a crisis. In real-world survival stories, such as those from the 2015 Nepal earthquake, families who prioritized fun and laughter were better able to cope with loss and uncertainty. Open communication is key to mental health. Here's how to foster it. Feelings check-in. Begin each day or evening with a dedicated time for everyone to share how they're feeling. This can be as simple as going around the room and naming an emotion, or using a printable emotion wheel or feelings chart, especially helpful for children who may not have the words to express complex emotions. For example, after the 201, when the power goes out, it's not just humans who feel the strain. Our pets and livestock rely on us for their safety and well-being too. In fact, animals can be even more vulnerable during extended outages, as they depend on us for food, water, warmth, and reassurance. Our pets and livestock are part of the family, and their needs can easily be overlooked in the chaos of an emergency. But with a little planning and awareness, you can make sure they're protected, comfortable, and calm throughout any outage, no matter how long it lasts. In times of crisis, it's easy to focus on immediate human needs, but animals can experience stress, confusion, and even health risks if their routines are disrupted. For example, a dog that's used to regular walks may become anxious or destructive if confined for too long, while a cat might hide or refuse to eat if frightened by sudden changes. With a little forethought, you can help your pets feel secure, spend extra time with them, offer gentle reassurance, and try to keep their environment as familiar as possible. If your pet is especially anxious, consider using calming aids like pheromone diffusers or anxiety wraps. Start by preparing a dedicated emergency kit for your pets. This kit should be stored in an easy-to-reach location and checked regularly to ensure supplies are fresh and up to date. Include enough food and water for at least 3 days, ideally a week if you live in a remote area. Don't forget any vital medications and rotate them out before they expire. If your pet has special dietary needs, pack extra supplies, as stores may be closed or shelves empty during a prolonged outage. Comfort items such as favorite toys, blankets, or beds can help reduce stress. For example, a dog's favorite chew toy or a cat's soft blanket can provide a sense of normalcy and security. A basic first aid kit is essential. Include items like bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers, and any pet-specific medications. If you're unsure what to include, ask your veterinarian for recommendations tailored to your animals. For smaller pets, make sure carriers or crates are easily accessible. Practice getting your pets into their carriers calmly, so they're less likely to panic if you need to evacuate quickly. For birds, reptiles, or small mammals, keep travel cages ready with extra bedding and food. For dogs and cats, keep extra leads, collars with up-to-date identification, and harnesses in your kit. Microchipping your pets is highly recommended, as collars can slip off. Attach a tag with your current contact information and, if possible, an emergency contact outside your area. Copies of vaccination records, recent photos, and any important medical documents should be included. These are crucial if you need to board your pet or prove ownership in a chaotic situation. Remember, stress can cause even the calmest animals to act unpredictably. Dogs may bark or whine more, cats may hide or become aggressive, and small animals might refuse to eat. Watch for signs of distress and respond with patience. Maintain routines as much as possible. Regular feeding times, gentle play, and familiar activities help reduce anxiety. For example, if you usually walk your dog in the morning, try to keep that schedule, even if it's just a short walk around the yard. Reassuring contact, such as petting, cuddling, or simply sitting nearby, can make a big difference. Speak in a calm, soothing voice and avoid sudden movements or loud noises. If you have livestock such as chickens, goats, or horses, their needs become even more complex during an outage. For example, chickens need secure, predator-proof coops, while goats and horses require sturdy shelters and reliable water sources. Goats and horses may become spooked by unusual noises or darkness, so check on them frequently and provide extra bedding or comfort items if possible. Ensure all animals have access to uncontaminated water. If your water supply relies on electric pumps, have a backup plan, such as storing extra water in large containers or using rain barrels. Clean water is critical, especially in hot weather or for animals with special needs. Store feed in waterproof, rodent-proof containers to prevent spoilage and contamination. Keep enough feed on hand for at least a week and rotate supplies regularly. Have a manual method for drawing water, such as buckets, hand pumps, or siphons. Practice using these tools before an emergency, so you're not caught off guard. Buckets and hand pumps are simple but effective solutions if electric pumps fail. Consider installing a backup generator for critical systems if you have large numbers of animals. In case electric pumps fail, make sure everyone in your household knows how to operate manual water systems. Reinforce fences and gates before storms or outages. Walk your property and check for weak spots, loose boards, or broken latches. Secure all enclosures to prevent escapes if animals become frightened. If possible, add extra locks or barriers to gates and doors. After a storm, inspect all fencing for damage and repair it promptly. Consider how you'll keep animals warm in winter blackouts. Extra straw bedding, windbreaks made from tarps or plywood, and insulated shelters can help retain heat. For example, piling straw in corners or along walls can create cozy spots for animals to huddle. Insulated shelters, even simple ones made from stacked hay bales or foam panels, can make all the difference in freezing temperatures. Block drafts and keep doors closed as much as possible. In summer, prioritize shade and ventilation to prevent heat stress. Open barn doors and windows for airflow, and provide access to shaded areas or trees. For poultry, use shade cloths or move portable coops to cooler spots. For poultry, check that coops are secure every evening. Darkness can embolden predators like raccoons, foxes, or stray dogs, so double-check latches and repair any holes or gaps. Use battery-powered lights or solar lanterns to check for predators after dark. If you notice signs of attempted entry, reinforce the area immediately. Above all, keep a calm presence. Animals are highly sensitive to our emotions and will look to you for cues on how to react. Speak softly, move slowly, and offer plenty of reassurance. If you're calm, your animals are more likely to stay calm too. Your reassurance, whether it's a gentle touch, a soothing word, or simply your presence, will help them weather the uncertainty. If you're part of a rural or farming community, reach out to your neighbors before and during outages. Share information about available resources such as extra feed, water, or shelter space. Coordinate with neighbors to share resources and support each other's livestock needs. For example, if one farm has a working well, others can bring containers to fill. Or if someone has extra bedding or feed, they can help those running low. Community cooperation can make a huge difference during prolonged outages. Set up a communication plan, such as regular check-ins by phone or radio, to ensure everyone's animals are safe and accounted for. By planning ahead for your pets and livestock, you're not just safeguarding their lives, you're strengthening your own resilience and peace of mind. Make checklists, review your emergency plans regularly, and involve the whole family in preparedness activities. Involve children in caring for pets during outages, teaching them responsibility and empathy. This can also help reduce their own anxiety by giving them a sense of purpose. In every crisis, our animals depend on us. Whether it's a beloved pet or a barn full of livestock, your preparation and calm leadership can make all the difference. With thoughtful preparation, you can ensure that every member of your household, two-legged or four, stays safe, healthy, and cared for until the lights come back on. Remember, your animals are counting on you. With the right steps, you can weather any outage together, emerging stronger and more connected than before. Preparation isn't just about stockpiling supplies, it's about building resilience, confidence, and peace of mind for you and your loved ones. When you take action today, you're not only preparing for the unexpected, but you're also empowering yourself to face challenges with calm and clarity. The best time to get ready is before the lights go out, so let's dive deep into how you can truly prepare today to survive tomorrow. Here's your expanded step-by-step guide, packed with detailed checklists, resource management tips, future-proofing strategies, motivational examples, and real-world stories to help you get started and stay prepared. Each step is designed to equip you with the right tools and mindset for any crisis. Step 1. Make a detailed checklist. Subpoint A. Start by listing the absolute essentials. Water, at least 1 gallon per person per day for 3 days. Non-perishable food, flashlights, batteries, first aid kit, prescription medications, hygiene items, and pet supplies. Don't forget to include items like manual can openers, extra blankets, and multi-tools. Subpoint B. Add special needs. Think about baby formula, diapers, mobility aids, allergy medications, or any unique requirements for family members. If you have elderly relatives, consider their specific medications or comfort items. Subpoint C. Include comfort items, favorite snacks, books, or toys for children. These can make a stressful situation much more bearable, especially for kids. Subpoint D. Review and update your checklist every season. Weather and needs change, so your list should too. Practical tip. Keep your checklist visible, tape it inside a cabinet door, or keep a digital copy on your phone. Real-world example. The Johnson family realized during a winter storm that they'd forgotten baby formula. Now they update their checklist every 3 months and involve their kids in the process, turning it into a family activity that keeps everyone engaged and aware. Step 2. Gather your supplies gradually. Subpoint A. Don't feel pressured to buy everything at once. Buy a few extra cans of food or bottles of water each shopping trip. Over time, your supplies will grow without straining your budget. Subpoint B. Store supplies in waterproof, labeled bins in accessible locations, closets, underbeds, or in the garage. Group items by category: food, water, medical, lighting, and comfort. Subpoint C. Rotate food and water every 6 months, check expiration dates and replace as needed. Set calendar reminders to help you stay on track. Subpoint D. Use a digital inventory or a simple notebook to track what you have and what needs replenishing. Apps like Google Keep or Evernote can make this process easy and shareable with family members. Practical tip: keep a grab-and-go bag ready for each family member, including pets. Real-world example: the Lee family started with just a flashlight and a few cans. Within a year, they had a full kit, without straining their budget. They also discovered that buying in bulk during sales saved them money and allowed them to help neighbors in need. Step 3. Build a resource folder. Subpoint A. Collect copies of IDs, insurance policies, emergency contacts, medical records, and prescriptions. Include both physical and digital copies. Subpoint B. Store documents in a waterproof bag, and save digital versions on a secure cloud or encrypted USB drive. Consider using password protection for sensitive files. Subpoint C. Add maps, evacuation routes, and a list of local shelters. Print out directions in case GPS is unavailable. Subpoint D. Update your folder every 6 months and ensure all adults know its location. Practical tip: include a small amount of emergency cash in small bills, as ATMs may not work during outages. Real-world example: after a house fire, the Martinez family's resource folder made insurance claims and medical care much easier. They were able to provide all necessary documents quickly, reducing stress during a chaotic time. Step 4. Create a family emergency plan. Subpoint A. Hold a family meeting to discuss possible scenarios: power outages, storms, evacuations. Make sure everyone understands what to do in each situation. Subpoint B. Choose 2 meeting points, one near home, one outside the neighborhood. Practice getting to these locations. Subpoint C. Assign roles. Who grabs the kit? Who checks on neighbors? Who cares for pets? Write these down and review them regularly. Subpoint D. Write down emergency contacts and communication strategies, including backup plans if cell service fails. Consider walkie-talkies or a designated out-of-town contact. Subpoint E. Print copies for your kit, fridge, and cars. Practical tip: practice your plan with what-if scenarios. What if it's night? What if someone is at work or school? What if roads are blocked? Real-world example: the Patel children felt less scared during a blackout because they'd practiced their plan and knew exactly what to do. Their confidence helped calm the entire family. Step 5. Skill building is key. Subpoint A. Take first aid and CPR classes. Many are free or low cost at community centers. Knowing how to treat minor injuries or perform CPR can save lives. Subpoint B. Practice using fire extinguishers, turning off gas and water, and operating generators. Make sure everyone knows where shut-off valves are located. Subpoint C. Teach children age-appropriate skills, using flashlights, calling for help, recognizing alarms. Even young kids can learn how to stay safe. Subpoint D. Make skill building a family activity and celebrate progress. Try monthly emergency drills and reward participation. Practical tip: watch online tutorials or attend local workshops to learn new skills, like purifying water or basic home repairs. Real-world example: a neighbor's CPR skills saved a life during a blackout when emergency services were delayed. Their quick action made all the difference. Step 6. Practice your plan regularly. Don't just make a plan, test it. Schedule regular drills for different scenarios: fire, blackout, severe weather, or evacuation. Involve everyone, including children and elderly family members. Practice at different times of day and under different conditions. After each drill, review what went well and what could be improved. Update your plan as needed. Example: the Rivera family holds quarterly drills, sometimes simulating a power outage at night. Each time they discover small improvements, like moving flashlights to more accessible spots or updating their contact list. Step 7. Secure your home. Inspect your home for hazards, secure heavy furniture, check smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, and ensure windows and doors lock properly. Install surge protectors and consider backup power options like generators or solar chargers. Store emergency supplies in multiple locations in case one area becomes inaccessible. Example: the Nguyen family installed window locks and reinforced their garage door after a storm caused damage in their neighborhood. These upgrades gave them peace of mind and increased their home's safety. Step 8. Stay informed and connected. Sign up for local emergency alerts and weather notifications on your phone. Keep a battery-powered or hand-crank radio for updates if the internet goes down. Follow local authorities and emergency services on social media for real-time information. Example: during a recent hurricane, the Smiths received timely evacuation alerts on their phones, allowing them to leave safely before roads became impassable. Step 9. Build community connections. Get to know your neighbors and discuss how you can support each other during emergencies. Share resources, skills, and information. Consider forming a neighborhood preparedness group. Organize community drills or supply drives to ensure everyone is ready. Example: in one neighborhood, residents created a phone tree and shared extra supplies during a prolonged blackout, ensuring no one was left without essentials. Step 10. Future. When blackouts become a regular part of life, it's time to shift your mindset from simply getting by to truly thriving. Long-term adaptation means preparing your home, habits, and community for a future where power outages are not rare disruptions, but expected events. This approach goes far beyond stocking up on batteries or canned food. It's about building a resilient lifestyle that can weather repeated challenges. True resilience starts with future-proofing your home and daily routines. Instead of scrambling every time the lights go out, you'll have systems in place that keep your household comfortable, safe, and even productive, no matter how often the grid fails. Let's dive into practical, actionable strategies for adapting to recurring or prolonged power cuts. We'll focus on sustainable solutions, community resource sharing, and habits that make your household and neighborhood stronger together. Step 1. Invest in renewable energy. Renewable energy isn't just for eco-enthusiasts, it's a game-changer for anyone facing frequent outages. Solar panels, small-scale wind turbines, and even micro-hydro systems, if you have access to running water, can provide a steady, independent source of electricity. Start with what you can afford. Even a few solar panels paired with a portable power station can keep your phone, lights, and essential medical devices running. For renters or those with limited space, portable solar generators or foldable panels are a flexible option. Take them camping, use them on balconies, or share with neighbors. A modest solar setup can power LED lights, charge devices, or run a small fridge. For larger homes, consider expanding your system over time. Add panels, upgrade your inverter, or install a larger battery bank as your budget allows. Battery storage is key. Modern lithium batteries are safer, longer-lasting, and more efficient than ever. They let you store excess energy for use at night or during cloudy days. Some systems even allow you to sell surplus power back to the grid, offsetting your costs. Real-world example: the Harris family installed a rooftop solar system with battery backup. Now even during multi-day outages, they keep their freezer running, lights on, and phones charged. They've even helped neighbors recharge devices in emergencies. Over time, their investment paid off, not just in lower energy bills, but in peace of mind and stronger community ties. They've become a local resource, sharing tips and lending equipment to others. Step 2. Upgrade your home's efficiency. The less energy your home needs, the easier it is to stay comfortable during outages. Start by insulating walls, windows, and doors. This keeps heat in during winter and blocks out summer heat, reducing your reliance on electric heating or cooling. Use weather stripping, window film, and thick curtains to seal drafts. Even DIY solutions, like rolled-up towels at the base of doors, can make a noticeable difference. Switch to LED bulbs, which use a fraction of the power of old incandescents. Upgrade to energy-efficient appliances and use smart timers or power strips to cut phantom energy use from devices left on standby. Simple changes, like hanging heavy curtains or using draft excluders, can keep rooms warmer or cooler for hours after the power goes out. In cold climates, designate a warm room and focus your efforts there. Step 3. Embrace low-tech solutions. When the grid is down, low-tech tools become invaluable. Stock up on hand-crank flashlights, manual can openers, and battery-free radios. These don't rely on electricity and are often more durable than their high-tech counterparts. Practice using these tools before you need them. For example, try preparing a meal using only manual kitchen gadgets, or tune into emergency broadcasts with a hand-crank radio. This builds confidence and helps you spot gaps in your supplies. Explore alternative cooking methods. Solar ovens, rocket stoves, and thermal cookers let you prepare hot meals without electricity or gas. Solar ovens are especially useful in sunny climates, while rocket stoves use small amounts of wood or biomass. Step 4. Share resources with your community. No one can prepare for every scenario alone. Pooling resources with neighbors makes adaptation more affordable and effective. Consider forming a neighborhood group to share generators, large solar chargers, or communal fridges. For example, several families might chip in for a generator or a high-capacity solar battery, rotating its use during outages, or set up a communal fridge in a central location to prevent food waste. Establish a neighborhood tool library for items like camping stoves, power banks, extension cords, or even water filters. This reduces costs and ensures everyone has access to essential gear. Community gardens are another powerful tool. They supplement food supplies, provide fresh produce during disruptions, and foster relationships that make sharing and cooperation easier. Step 5. Develop sustainable habits. Adaptation isn't just about equipment, it's about changing how you live. Start by tracking your household's energy use and identifying ways to cut back. Teach children about conservation and involve them in planning. Adjust your routines to maximize daylight. Eat meals, do chores, and study during daylight hours. Use mirrors or light-colored walls to reflect natural light deeper into your home. Batch cook meals when power is available, and store them in insulated containers. Charge devices and power banks on sunny days. Fill water containers when the supply is stable, and keep a rotation system to ensure freshness. Encourage your household and neighbors to adopt these habits. Share tips, hold regular meetings, and celebrate successes. The more people participate, the more resilient your area becomes. Step 6. Plan for future upgrades. Long-term adaptation is an ongoing process. Research new technologies, home upgrades, and best practices. Consult with architects or energy experts to design improvements that fit your budget and needs. Stay informed about government grants, rebates, or local schemes for home energy improvements. Join group buying programs to lower the cost of solar panels, batteries, or insulation. Some communities organize bulk purchases or workshops to help residents upgrade together. Regularly review and update your adaptation plan. As your needs change or new technology becomes available, adjust your strategies. Keep a checklist and involve the whole family in reviewing progress. By taking these steps, you'll transform power cuts from disruptive emergencies into manageable events. You'll set an example for others, inspire your community, and create a sense of security that lasts far beyond the next blackout. Long-term adaptation isn't just about coping, it's about building a lifestyle that's flexible, sustainable, and ready for whatever the future holds. With preparation, creativity, and community spirit, you can thrive, no matter how often the power goes out. As we look beyond the basics in long-term adaptation, it's time to consider advanced survival strategies that will fortify your household and community against even the most prolonged or unpredictable power outages. True resilience is not just about individual preparation, it's about building robust networks, developing specialist skills, and creating systems that can withstand the unexpected. Let's break down the key elements of advanced preparedness. Step 1. Establish community emergency plans. Start by connecting with neighbors, local councils, and community groups to create a collective emergency response plan. Designate safe meeting points, share emergency contacts, and map out local resources such as water sources, first aid kits, and communal shelters. Consider running regular blackout drills so everyone knows their role and responsibilities when the lights go out. Step 2. Develop specialist skills and roles. Encourage members of your household and community to learn vital skills: first aid, basic electrical repairs, water purification, and food preservation. Assign roles such as communications coordinator, first aid lead, or resource manager to ensure tasks are distributed efficiently during an outage. Host workshops to share knowledge and keep skills sharp. Step 3. Build redundant systems. Redundancy is key to long-term survival. Invest in multiple backup options for critical needs, such as having both solar and wind power, or storing water in several locations. Keep duplicate tools, spare parts, and extra supplies of essentials like medication, batteries, and fuel. This way, if one system fails, another can take its place seamlessly. Step 4. Establish local bartering networks. During extended outages, money may lose its usefulness. Set up a local bartering or exchange system for goods and services. This could include trading preserved foods, manual tools, or even skills like sewing or bicycle repair. Such networks ensure everyone's needs are met and foster a spirit of cooperation and mutual aid. Step 5. Safeguard digital and physical information. Store important documents, like medical records, identification, and emergency plans, both digitally, on encrypted USB drives, and physically, in waterproof, fireproof containers. Create a printed directory of key contacts, local maps, and step-by-step survival guides for use when electronic devices are unavailable. Step 6. Enhance security measures. Extended blackouts can sometimes lead to increased risks from opportunistic crime. Work with neighbors to establish watch groups, set up battery-powered security lights, and agree on simple signaling systems for distress. Secure doors and windows, and ensure everyone knows how to respond if the community's safety is threatened. Step 7. Foster psychological resilience. Long-term outages test not just our resources, but our mental fortitude. Create regular check-ins with neighbors, organize group activities, and provide support for those struggling with anxiety or isolation. Share uplifting news, celebrate small victories, and maintain routines to preserve a sense of normality and hope. Step 8. Plan for vulnerable members. Identify and support those most at risk. Elderly neighbors, people with disabilities, or families with small children. Set up buddy systems, keep extra supplies on hand, and ensure everyone has access to warmth, food, and medical care. Inclusivity strengthens the entire community's resilience. Step 9. Engage with local authorities and organizations. Stay in touch with local emergency services, charities, and government bodies. Participate in community forums, sign up for emergency alerts, and advocate for infrastructure improvements such as microgrids or community energy storage. Collaboration with official agencies brings access to resources, expertise, and vital information. Step 10. Innovate and evolve. Finally, remember that resilience is a journey, not a destination. Embrace innovation. Experiment with new technologies. Trial alternative food sources like hydroponics or aquaponics, and adapt to changing circumstances. Document your experiences and share lessons learned so others can benefit and your community continues to grow stronger with every challenge faced. By embracing these advanced survival strategies, you'll transform your approach from mere adaptation to true, lasting resilience. Together, you and your community can face even the most daunting power outages with confidence, creativity, and unity, ensuring that, whatever the future holds, you are ready not just to survive, but to flourish.